Hello, everybody. And welcome to Tales of Initiative! It's my turn to talk at the top. Usually I'm just staring at someone going, it's your turn. But now I'm in control. A very dangerous prospect for everybody. Welcome! Hello! Happy Wednesday. We are, if you didn't notice already, not playing Sunset over Vengalia, but that doesn't mean that everyone didn't leave all of their backgrounds on Morksoul. We're also not playing Morksoul today.
It's like spiritually wispy.
I love it. I think it's still on brand. I think it's perfectly fine.
Spacey, astrologically.
Yeah. We are.
I'll go to the assets, and if there's nothing in there, Matt, it's your fault.
Don't. God did or did not give me the assets I have. Don't blame me for that.
Same, Matt, same.
I think God gave me a little too much, but that's just me.
There are none that I can show on stream.
You're making it sound like I can too.
We're not gonna dive into that deep end. Welcome, hello. We're crazy, and we are today playing a new game that you have not seen on this channel before. But Colin and I got to play test it at Gen Con, and now we're gonna play test it some more. I have some tarot cards, and we are gonna be playing the Beckoning Dream, which is a TTRPG that is based on deck building and tarot reading. Sort of take that peanut butter and jelly and make a delicious sandwich out of it. That is what you're about to be experiencing. Luna, thank you so much for chatting. Yes, Luna was there to play test at Gen Con, and we had so much fun. And I'm excited to see there's been a couple of changes since then. We've incorporated some of the playtest feedback, and we're gonna be experimenting with some new mechanics today. I'm very excited to get going. Briefly, I will touch on the fact that we have sponsors, Sea Galley. Go click on those links. You can check it out. Oh, I feel, okay. I'm wearing some Into the AM right now. I got my deoxyribosymbonzaccharic acid shirt, Ryan. That's not what they call it, but that's what I'm calling it. And
the weight of my heart through science.
I wrote that joke specifically for Taylor to get, and then Taylor's not here, sadly, and so now I'm double sad. Taylor, you better watch the VOD, and you better laugh at my stupid joke. Bunkai.
I got the science joke. It was funny.
You got the science part, but there's also a Bleach reference in there, and I'm very sad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Conlon just giving us a fucking weeb head shake as if you didn't snap us crying about Dan to Dan.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I just watch good animes.
Oh, okay. Yes. Best of the big three, and everyone knows it.
Big three are trash. That's the whole problem.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I forgot that Conlon does this deceptive thing where you think he's cool for like 99% of the time, and then this 1% chance he pops off and reminds you, oh, he's a fucking hipster.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's popular?
I'm fine with this.
Nope.
Yeah. Garbage.
Yeah. Can't possibly be good. Lest we derail into which anime is best or not, I will also remind everyone we got a Patreon and we got a Discord. You can come in and chat about the games that we play, and you can go and vote on all kinds of stuff. Right now, we have some polls up for what merch you'd like to see from us, because that is going to be a goal coming in 2025. I'm not going to spoil that one yet. I'm going to save that one for the giving season coming up. But I just want to say the Patreon's heating up, and it's not just because of all them feet pics. So get in there. There's no feet pics. I'm not going to false advertise.
Matt, you told me in confidence they would be fine, that it would just be in a library, you motherfucker.
Hey man, you upload it to the Google Drive. You don't know what happens to it after that. Upload is consent? No, that's a terrible message. No, delete that. Undo. We are diving in. I don't have any other sponsor messages to say other than this t-shirt is fun and comfortable. You should go buy some and use the discount code in chat to get some discounts off. I will remind you, the discounts at Into the AM stack. So you can, like, if they've got a sale going on, you can put all that shit in your cart and then put the Tales of Initiative coupon code in there too, and it doubles up. There's none of that like, you know, does anyone else get driven nuts By the like, you can't use both of those coupons. That's just too much savings. Fuck, don't give them to me. That and James Cameron. Fuck them both.
Who's a hipster now, motherfucker?
That's a deep cut to Tales Does Tales lore.
Amazing.
We had,
But also agreed.
oh yes, we had an amazing return to form. I saw the Tails Hear Me Out cake in chat, and I'm like, I'm not watching chat for a little while now. We had an amazing return to form not last night, 2 nights ago for Total Party Chaos. Haley, can you give us a little bit of a tease? I didn't tell Haley to prep this at all, and so now she's just staring.
I missed what you said. I just heard my name. And then I was like, all I heard was, Haley, can you give us a little tease? And I was like, excuse me?
Yep.
Sorry. TPK. Next week? Yes, it's on. We're gonna be there. We've got new players, which is super exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're doing some introductions for them and figuring out how the fuck we're gonna move through the city.
If you've
And
watched,
also, some guy pissed us off, and so
Not
we
surprising.
signed his death warrant, and everyone seems concerned about that, even though he's like some sort of leader. But fuck him.
that is such typical we interacted with a Billy NPC energy that yeah, I completely get it.
Can't separate the NPCs from Billy.
No.
They're all 4'9" little bastards just running around pissing everybody off. They're dope Spider-Man
White claws
backpacks.
everywhere.
Half empty White Claws all over the city. Tarson Vale is made entirely of recycled White Claw cans. No Oh, I giggled myself too hard. If you've ever watched any of our, speaking of new players, if you've ever watched any of our special events and stuff, like our guest streams, BBG Brina is on as a new player for Total Party Chaos, and that is dope. She is such a sick player, and I'm excited to see her join the already fantastic cast. And then
From Noctopus.
Yes.
Noctopus.
Yes.
But that's his own fault. He's got 17 handles on 17 different fucking programs, so
He is super dope.
knows?
I just don't know if
Yes,
he's a
great,
social media
absolutely
changeling.
fantastic.
He's all over the place
Yes.
with different names. All right. That is all the announcements. You've heard about our spawners. You've heard about our Patreon. Colin might not be hearing about anything. I don't know. He's holding his headset very importantly. Like, he's about to announce some turbulence coming up. Speaking of Noctopus, now we get to play.
Hey.
Hey! So I'm gonna get us into the what's that? I'm gonna get
No,
us,
I just see in chat from Haley. So
gotcha. we summoned the Noctopus here. He's present. There's no stream of mine that can
It's
go
'cause
without
we said
tentacles.
Noctopus 3 times.
We
So be
did.
careful, guys.
Beetlejuiced him in here.
gotcha.
In order
No!
to,
Oh, lucky
if
I'm
you
cute.
did the analytics for which emote always gets the on-screen celebrations, it's that one. It's incredible. I love it so much.
It's always me.
Hello, Raconteur Society. First time chat. Welcome in. You're just in time.
Hello.
I'm gonna set the stage a little bit. I'm gonna give a little bit of a vibeful narration. So- chat, keep it together. To let you know where we are. We are more than skin and bone. Our blood is quicksilver that boils when we love, fight, and cry. Our flesh is stardust woven to hide our hearts from a world that hates truth. And this is why we need dreams. This is where the first story was born. This is where the first hope lit a fire in the first heart. This is where we failed, where we forgot, where we fight to find ourselves over and over again. The dream needs dreamers like you three who think dreams are worth fighting for. And now it is time to dream together. The way this is going to work, you are going to build decks of tarot cards. I'll explain how the particulars of that works in just a second. But in general, this game works all the time by playing a card in order to resolve some sort of action. The cards all have meanings based on their suits and their values, and also their artwork. There's going to be mechanics that actually interact with the artwork. In general...
This is not good.
Why is that not good?
You'll find out.
We got some terms of service problems in that artwork over there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Incorrect. Excellent. Hey, actually, I think we're totally fine because Twitch changed their terms and conditions that if it's art, it's a-okay. So
Gotcha.
we are being artsy because we're playing games and games are art, and the cards are being artsy because it's fucking art. What do you want from me? It's art. But if you're not familiar with tarot cards, in a standard set of tarot cards, there are 78 cards. 22 of them are the major arcana. That's the named big ones like the Fool, the Magician, the Hanged Man, all those kinds of things. The ones, the Death, those ones that don't actually mean what you think they mean until blah, blah, blah. But there are also the minor arcana. Those are the ones that our dreamers are going to be using the most. I'm going to run through those suits real quick just to give you an idea of what they are. If you're familiar with Fate at all, this is very similar to Fate Accelerated's approaches. Suits are generally aligned along thematic grounds. So you've got the swords. Swords cards are all about, I just realized the green screening is going to be very interesting for this.
Oh yeah, blue.
Yeah. Swords cards, when you play a sword, you are acting with dogs in the background. You are acting decisively, intellectually, or forcefully. It is about your force of will against the truth of the dream. In a fight, you hit hard and fast. They can't hit back if you hit them hard or fast enough. In a storm, you make the best call and trudge forward. In a debate, your arguments are succinct and well constructed. The truth wins out in the end. Those are the kinds of things that swords cards want to do. Excuse me. Can you play this if you just own an act? This is an actual tarot deck. This is not this is my horror themed tarot deck. So all of the cards have horror movie or horror comic themed art. It is designed that if you have a tarot deck at home, you pick that up with these rules and you play it. The cups. Cups are the suit of discernment, patience, and empathy. In a fight, you're watching your opponent, predicting their moves, and trying to find an opening. In a storm, you seek shelter, studying the environment, and trying to find a safe place to wait it out. In a debate, you try to understand the other arguments in play, holding back until you know who will win. Then we come to the Wands cards. Wands are anything that is having to do with mystery, chaos, or spontaneity. In a fight, you deploy unusual abilities that force others to play by your rules, subverting expectations. In a storm, you go with the wind, trusting the storm to lead you to where you're meant to go. And in a debate, you add superfluous details or share a story you find interesting. The best way to win is sometimes to make your own game. And then finally, we have the suit of Pentacles. Pentacles are subtle, deceptive, and cunning. In a fight, you use misdirects and feints to create openings. In a storm, you pull out your secret compass. You knew this weather was coming all along. And in a debate, you pretend to agree with your opponent just long enough for them to stumble into a fallacy. These are the general vibes of each of those suits. So whenever you are playing a swords card, it is somewhere in that forceful, willful, truthiness, intellect kind of vibe. Whatever you're doing, be it talking, fighting, navigating, whatever, you're doing it in that way. Does that make sense? Any questions based on what we've talked about so far? Based on the
So
suits?
many.
No.
Oh, good. I got the reference sheet here. I nodded along.
Excellent. Nodding is half the battle. So those are the suits. The values far simpler to explain. They're just the values. Ace up through king. We're not even going to need to really worry about anything 7 and above for y'all's decks because starting decks can only go up to 6 in a single suit. And the values is just how powerful that card is amongst its own cards. So a 6 is better than a 5, a 4 is better than a 3, etc., etc., etc. Ace is always the lowest, king is always the highest. If we were playing with more of those face card suits like page, or face card values like page, knight, queen, king, they would have numerical values because when we get into the mechanics of the game and resolving stuff, there's going to be some math about like which numbers are bigger and by how much. That'll determine how successful you are. There is one other element I'm just gonna briefly throw out there for you to keep in mind, which is that there's kind of a like paper, rock, scissors mechanic to how the suits interact. All the suits do their own thing, but they can also counter other suits. So for example, swords are countered by cups, which means that a cup is always going to beat or at least do better than a swords card, even if the sword has a higher value. Normally, even across suits, value determines strength. So like a 5 of wands is more powerful than a 2 of swords, for example, or really 4 through ace. But the suits can counter each other, rock, paper, scissors style. Cups counter swords, wands counter cups, pentacles counter wands, and swords counter pentacles. I had to do the little graph in my head. There is a little chart of that on your character sheets that will remind you of that countering order. It's also on the quick reference card.
Yes.
Okay. So with all of that, there are other mechanics, but we're going to explain that as we get to them. Right now, y'all know enough to at least start character creation. Normally when we've done like one-shots and stuff, there's all these little silly roll tables and equipment and stuff. There's no equipment in this game. There's no like stats or modifiers. There's just the cards that you want to put in your deck because of character reasons. If you feel like someone is really patient and observant, you're going to want a lot of cups cards. If you feel like someone is very crafty or likes to plan things, is deceptive or cunning, you'll want a lot of pentacles cards. And that's kind of just the end of the logic there. Your starting decks are going to be 12 cards, and they have to abide by the following rules. If there is a suit in your deck, it has to start with ace. Every suit in your deck has to be continuous, which means if you have the 4 of cups in your deck, it means you have the 3, 2, and ace of cups also in your deck. You can go up to 6, but no higher for your starting deck in any of the suits. So for example,
I did that wrong already.
if you for example, if you wanted to like min-max, if you just wanted to be, I do these 2 things and I do them real well, you could put 6 swords and 6 wands in that deck and be done with it. You're like, my person is into mysteries and going with the vibe and kind of plays unusual, but sticks to their guns when they know them and acts decisively. That would be 6 swords, 6 wands. None of the other ones. Don't bother with them. If you want something more balanced where you've got all of the suits involved, you could play with 3 of each. I will just warn you that can make things rather difficult if you're needing really high value cards, or if you're needing to like reliably guess what card is going to come next, which are mechanics in the game, but just something to keep in mind. Mel, I know you just said, oops, you messed up, but would you like to talk about your character and
Sure.
what you've got going on in that deck of yours?
Sure. And also just as a shout out, just to give credit where credit is due, I want to like say what the deck is that I have that
Absolutely,
I'm using.
yes.
So I have what's called the Crystal Magic Tarot deck, which sadly my camera won't do it real justice. But it is made, and there's a little text on the bottom: manifest your dreams with the power of crystals and wisdom of tarot. It's made by Carrie Ward and Claire Gregory. So they're the artists, I imagine, and the ones who helped create the deck. So that's the one I got. Yeah, so I fucked up a little bit already with the with the character creation. So I went with a more balanced approach. So I have 2 sets or 2 suits that have 4 cards in each of them, followed by 2 suits that have just 2. So I definitely have to change that up a little bit.
No, that should be, that's actually fine. As long as it's like ace 2, ace 2. So like, what are the 2 suits that have the 2?
So the 2 suits that have the 2, right? I can find them. I had them. Hold on a second. It's just... So one of them is the coins, or it's pentacles, but
yeah.
it says coins for.
I'll always
mine in
say
particular.
pentacles, but a lot of decks do say coins as theirs as well.
Yeah. Where the hell did... Oh, wands. That was the other one. Wands would be... No.
Gotcha.
Wait a minute. Yeah, wands is the other one. My brain is so fried today.
All good.
Wands is the second one. So
you have the
it
ace
would be...
and 2 of wands, and the ace and 2 of pentacles.
Yeah, so I gotta fix that up. One
Do
second.
you have higher numbers in there?
Yeah, so... I'm sorry!
It's okay.
Okay.
We're learning.
So-
Also, if it helps to point this out,
You're giving us time to sort my cards.
Yes,
I should have sorted them earlier.
not Haley and Colin over there going like, oh, it's fucking shuffled. I did design
Yeah.
the character sheet as a bubble sheet. So you can literally like pencil in which cards you have of each suit so that you know you can kind of card count where you're at.
Yeah, so right
Great
now
that
it's
I
the... Yeah,
So what
I
have
did.
you-
I
so
have a
what it-
printer.
What are you guys thinking? Shall we pick a main each, and then
So
Go
I
ahead.
went with more, so I have the ace and the 2 of pentacles, or coins in my case, and then it's the ace and the 2 of wands. So not that much of the chaos gremlin
Okay.
for me.
Mhm.
And then for...
But you
One,
can if
two.
you need to. It's
It means that I can be the chaos goblin.
if you want to be the Chaos Goblin, you are entirely. No one's got dibs on wands yet.
So for me,
And
it
my
would
one
be...
cards are fun.
It would be the ace of cups, the 2 of cups, the 3 of cups, and the 4 of cups.
Yep.
For the cups one.
And then ace
I
through
can
4 of
remember.
swords as well.
Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Choose the right number, Mel. You can count.
So your character's reasonably observant, reasonably decisive, knows when to lie when they need to, and is willing to do things out of the box if they need to.
Yeah, I kind of figured more of like a Xena warrior princess, like empathetic towards like the people and knows how to get down and dirty if absolutely necessary. Tries not
Nice.
to, but will resort to violence if need be. So
Very cool.
that's me.
Excellent. So the only there's actually a bunch on the character sheet. When you're very first starting out, you won't need a lot of it. However, there is something to keep in mind: maximum awareness. Your awareness. It's how aware you are of the world around you, the dream state. Haha, doy. But it's also that represents how many cards you can hold in your present, in your hand at a single time.
Gotcha.
That's all going to start at 3 for all of you. That's not something you can change starting out. So you'll have 3 awareness to start off with. Just a note on like the terms we're going to be using. Most of the terms in this game are as diegetic as possible, meaning they're meant to represent something mechanically and narratively at the same time. So your awareness says how many cards you have, but it also is meant to relay how aware your character is of their surroundings, how aware they are of the world and the dream state and all of that thing. Basically, how many options they have at any given time. If your awareness is ever 0, the narrative behind that is you are acting on instinct. You are acting on pure impulse, and you're just kind of tunnel visioned in on the moment. You don't have a lot of awareness going on. So that's just a thing to know what that means on your character sheet. It can go up or down depending on what happens.
Okay.
There's the deck, which you've just described for us, Mel. Thank you very much. You can
Crap.
also, there is a name and a description, so like who your character is, what they're like, but those could follow as we start to refine. We'll get to those descriptions later. What I want you to start thinking on, Mel, is a dream. Something that is a goal, a quest, a question, something that describes why this person has become awakened to the deeper dream and why they are venturing here. Think on that, and I'm going to move to either Conlon or Haley. Which one of you is ready to talk about the cards you're picking?
I can go. I am finishing my deck right now, so just one second.
Excellent. We all drafted our
I'm-
packs of Magic cards. This is, by the way, to peek behind the curtain a little bit, a heavy like inspiration of this game is I really like playing Magic the Gathering. I hate paying money for cardboard. This way, you get to pay money for art,
paying money for cardboard.
But you get to pay money for art because it's beautiful. Well,
It
here's
is
the thing.
pretty.
I love paying money for cardboard. I don't like paying $50 for a single piece of cardboard because a bunch of sweaty nerds said this is optimal play for this particular span of 3 years that some big ass megacorp has arbitrarily decided to make rules about. Now I don't give a shit about that kind of cardboard.
That's why you just print all your own cards with custom art that makes
Bingo.
people really uncomfortable.
I don't do the uncomfortable one, but I do deeply love. I have a heroic intervention proxy that is Tengen from the Entertainment District arc of
Amazing.
Demon Slayer. It is. I love that one so much. Anyways, before we just go down that rabbit hole, yes, this game will feel in some ways a lot like Magic the Gathering meets, like, if you've ever played Fury of Dracula, the like card dueling mechanic that's in there. It's about like constructing a deck and dealing with like interesting mechanics. There's going to be a lot of things that are like scry, but we're not calling it scry because that's their word. Those kinds of things. I got a foil full art 3 of cups. I win. No, Robert, there's no. Well, I guess there's collectability in that people like collecting tarot because tarot's beautiful. And like the game is also meant to be a celebration of the art of tarot, both its literal art and its like divination tactics.
So it is a good thing that Twitch has changed their rules on art. I grabbed the
Why
closest
did I have
tarot
a
deck I
feeling?
could find, which is
Your BDSM
the
one?
box.
Yeah.
Yep.
These?
100%. It is the Bound Tarot by Jonathan Grimm. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There you go.
Oh my!
Amazing.
And it's incredible.
Has a huge Four of Cups.
Robert, no!
Robert, yes.
Is the pentacles just a bunch of roping, bondage, and stuff? Is that
mean,
like
that's
kind of
all-
the?
No, that's all. That's what all of them are.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
They are all like just absolutely wild, incredible. Fun fact: when I met the artists and I bought this deck, I met them at a Comic-Con. I like talked to them. I was like, "Oh, this is really cool. I'm gonna buy one." And the artist's wife, I think, was like, "Oh, be sure to look at one of the cards." I don't remember which one it was. She was like, "Be sure to look at this card because I was the inspiration for the art." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Good to know. Thank you for that information." So I have that. That's a fun fact that just like in here is a card that is the artist's wife, and it's great.
I love it so much.
I am rolling 6 swords, so ace through 6 of swords.
Nice.
The ace and 2 of pentacles, and the 1 through 4 of wands.
Nice.
No cups for me.
No cups.
We're going forceful, cunning, and chaos.
And chaos. A little bit of cunning. Mostly, we're forcing some chaos
Mostly
into the
forceful
situation. Mostly forceful chaos. Love it.
Okay. I gotta figure it out. What happened was I lost a card, and I
Ah.
realized
Oh no!
that I had accidentally one of these sword cards looks like a pile of sticks. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, yeah.
But if you look at it, there are handles on it, and so I was like, oh my god! Not that I even needed that card, but I just
feel
was
like
upset that
card
I
is
couldn't
insulting
find it.
me.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to do how many cards? 12.
12 total. Yep.
Love the music
6.
selection too, Matt.
Oh,
I'm
thank
choosing
you.
6 cards for cups. No,
Ooh.
for yeah, wait, sorry, wrong one. Wands. 4 cup. 4 and 4.
Chaos. Chaos.
Okay. 6 for wands.
6 for wands. 4 for cups.
Ooh, okay.
And 2 for pentacles.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've gone interesting.
I like it. This is very fun. We've got a low pentacles group here, which is I always find it interesting if there's a suit that is like very low across the board for a group, how that's going to pan out in the mechanics of the game. But that is why we playtest. Pikachu. Okay.
Wait, what did I choose? I did choose some pentacles, didn't I?
You did. You got ace and 2 of pentacles. Zero
I've gotten myself
swords,
confused.
4
I need
cups.
to move the rest of these cards away now.
Yes. Yes.
Go.
Once you've got
Go.
your 12, once you've got your 12 for that deck, you could just move the other cards somewhere else delicately and cautiously because they're tarot cards. Don't bend them. Hello, Cataclysm. Yes. We have piqued your tarot interest. You're here. We've just finished building our deck by numbers. Now we're going to add a little bit of narrative on top of that. So Mel, what is your dreamer's dream? What is their goal, their quest? What do they hope to attain through exploring the dream world?
I think my character would be very much somebody who wants to protect the innocent. Just like being like the hero for the people. Protecting those who cannot protect themselves.
Interesting. Let's refine that down to something achievable, because protect the innocent is like, not to quote scripture randomly, but you will always have the poor. You will always have the innocent to protect. It's not something you could achieve forever and ever.
Yeah.
Is there a level of fame or notoriety or prestige that you're trying to like, this dreamer is notable because of such and such. When people remember you, you will have achieved the dream. Or is it more of like, I want to make this particular entity, person, group protected, and like lock that in, and you can be done. Like, what is the achievable point?
If feasible, I'm thinking it's more of like a Robin Hood, like kind of someone who doesn't want to be recognized for it, so to speak.
Yeah.
Kind of like the hidden presence who does good in the background and doesn't want the notoriety with it, so.
So what are you hoping to achieve? What is the
Damn it, I thought that answered the question.
You've answered what it's not. You gotta answer what it is.
Damn it!
And Haley and Conlon, while I'm grilling Mel, get ready because I'm gonna grill y'all too in a second here.
I think I can only take so much grilling, Conlon.
Got the spotlight.
Ooh.
Ooh, woo.
No, not that way. No.
It's
You're
not
the one with the BDSM deck.
It's
Shut up.
not a spit roast. It's a grilling.
Porque no los dos.
We don't have Billy here.
Porque no cuatro? That's a very full
what are we
piece of meat.
squaring shit? I'm just glad I'm adding to this just to give these two more time.
Yeah.
I think.
Quick, riff.
No, whiff in my case. God.
While you're thinking, I did post the link to a Discord channel that's not just Tails. Obviously, Tails has its own Discord channel. We'd be happy to talk about this game in there too. But I did post a Discord link to Colin and I's Discord, where we've got a bunch of games that are up for playtest. If you want to learn more about this game specifically, there are channels in there where we'll be releasing all the playtest content as it is finished. We're close. This is the first time that anyone's looked at this new playtest packet, and I'm excited to see it go to work. Mel, your dream.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Okay.
Gib.
Okay. Oh, Gib. Shit. Fuck.
Or could Colin and Haley save you? Are either one of you ready with your dream?
Save me, please.
I'm close enough. We can workshop it a little bit.
Yeah.
See, because I'm not. So, I'm gonna lean into the dart, the art of my deck, the dart, if you will.
The dart.
The dark.
And
Give me that deck art.
yeah. So freeing the weirdos and freaks from the shackles of societal standards.
Heck yes.
I don't really have like a solid like end goal necessarily for that, but something like that.
Nice. Okay, so what I'll say is, because this is very similar to Mel a little bit, is that like it's this broad, all-encompassing goal. Can it actually be accomplished? And like put a pin in it, it's done, check mark. But I think some of these goals can be refined. Like as we play the game to maybe be represented by an NPC that y'all find. So if y'all are comfortable leaving them sort of quagmirous, then we can refine those later. And then finally, Haley, do you have your dream?
No. I guess I could.
No.
If we're being honest, I am confused. What is my dream? My dream is the goal for the dream. I know that I'm going on a dream adventure with my friends, and I have a goal. Or is it my life goal as a character that just exists? That's going to be background knowledge that I don't know that I'm aiming towards.
I think as much as this game tends to be, it's up to interpretation. It could be that like let's relate it to another form of media. Let's do like classic superhero stuff. You wake up, suddenly have superpowers. Holy crap, what's that thing that I can finally do because now I have the superpowers to do it? What's that thing that you could finally achieve because now you have this like strange semi-infinite control over this wild dreamland? Like, is there Mel's and Colin's were both very like outward, like moving towards other groups. What if there's some sort of like internal conflict that you're like, oh, in the dream, I can like shove that out of me, make it an external threat, and just deal with it?
Okay. Well, that wasn't going to be my first answer when I was talking about it, but I maybe. Don't make me look inwards, Matthew.
Maybe trigger warning at the top of the show. This game wants you to look inwards. This game is about sort of like surreal exploration of the self, exploration of others. Like it's meant to be this like a little trip down divination lane, a little bit introspective and exploratory of the psyche.
Yeah, I don't want to look at my insides.
No.
Okay, then I'm gonna say, can I say that there is a lost part in my life that I'm unable to remember.
Ooh.
And I am trying to find the lockbox that I've locked this away in. I feel like I've done it on purpose, but I've lost it from my own memory.
Ooh, I love that.
And I'm trying to find that. That again. Whether or not it's a good idea, that's neither here nor there. But I want to find what I've lost.
I like that. That is excellent. A+. You've nailed the dream. Excellent. That is clearly defined.
Can I change my answer, Professor?
I was going to say, if Haley has inspired you, Mel or Colin, you can change your dream real quick.
Okay. I think my character would want to. I think it's more of tackling an enemy, so to speak. So, like, what the epitome of fear is and the epitome of, like, self-doubt, so to speak. So I think that's kind of more of the conquering that evil.
Nice.
Do I get at least a B for effort?
No, that's excellent. That is excellent.
Yay!
Perfect.
Got passing Bs.
Passing
Woohoo!
Bs. Bs get. Bees. I don't know. That one doesn't rhyme. It's D's get degrees or whatever. Conlon.
Bees get boobies. I don't know.
Luna, I'm proud of you. Conlon, did you want to refine your goal, or are you good with where you're at?
In the interest of making fun character connections, I'll refine my goal to be similar to Haley's, and in that, like, my character wants to help unlock that thing.
Oh,
like, kind of in the same vibe of, like, what I was saying of, like, setting things free, but, like, very specifically.
Yeah. Okay. I think, yeah. So, like, a clear, concrete, like, first impression is, oh, you're looking for something. Let me help you.
Exactly.
Interesting. Okay. I like it. Cool. All right. That, unless we want to dive into names and descriptions, which we absolutely can, but I feel like this is actually like, this is character creation. Y'all are kind of done. There's one other element that's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen as part of setting up our dream, which is gonna happen after you shuffle up those decks, and it's gonna happen after we get back from break. So we're gonna go on to a quick 5-minute break, and when we are back, we're gonna just steal another channel's tagline, shuffle up and play. I love that show. It's so great. Do you want to collab? I'm looking at you. Anyways, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Go get your bread and your cheese and your, I don't know. I forgot the.
Go get your charcuterie board.
Your charcuterie board. Yeah, go get your dream snacks.
Bathroom snacks.
Bathroom snacks. That was the
bathroom
Your
dream
bathroom
snacks.
olives.
You
This is a
don't
classy
wanna-
party.
I was trying to remember bathroom snacks, and you do not want to know the first 4 things that came into my mind that were replacement phrases. So with that,
No, I very much do want to know them. But
go and join our Patreon to know. Otherwise, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.
We're back. Let's get dreamy. But not that. Let's play a game. Has everyone shuffled up the decks that you made?
No.
I did.
Shuffling. Get to shuffling.
Shuffle,
Okay.
shuffle, shuffle.
Shuffle, 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 shuffle. I've been shuffling mine in the background this whole time.
You're too big for me to shuffle.
I'm shuffling mine all the time.
Just a constant shuffle.
Once you're satisfied with your shuffles, we will start
I'm
the
nervous.
the
My cards are up to interpretation, so who the fuck knows if I can even work out which one's which.
genuinely, that is part of my favorite part of some of like the play that we've had is like someone will be like, I play this. What is that? It's like I think Colin brought the D&D tarot deck to Gen Con, and during like prep realized this deck cannot function in this setting because it's just changes too much.
I don't know how you're supposed to use that deck. They don't have any translations.
Yeah.
Cards like they have, instead of like swords and shit, they have just like strength, and like they don't tell you like, oh, that's swords. Like I don't know. It's weird.
Which is wild when strength is a major arcana already. Like, don't pick that word.
Yeah.
Robert, I don't think it's that it's bad. I think it's just there's a shit ton more cards in there than what a standard tarot card has, and then it's like different wording and something for it. It's like it has different.
Yeah. If you were just using it for like divining at home, if you were just doing it to like read cards, rather than play a game that kind of depends on the classic Rider-Waite suits, then you'd be fine.
Or if you use it the way that they say in the book there to like generate a campaign is really cool. You can like do a tarot spread to basically just be like, here's what we're gonna play. But yeah, outside of it really just doesn't work for TBD specifically.
Yes. This particular instance,
suits.
And I will say, as Haley shuffles herself off camera, we all of the like part of this game is because all of the suits are very loosey-goosey on what exactly they define. Even the values are even like a 3 of swords at one point could be like you are literally swinging a sword, and at another point it could be a well-timed compliment or a vicious insult. Like all of these are very open to interpretation, and so that is part of this game, is being interpretive and being open to contextualizing the artwork and the stylings and the moment from moment to moment during gameplay. So everyone shuffled? Everyone ready to go? Ready to rock and roll? Step 1. Put your shuffle deck down, and I would like you to take the top card and tell me what it is / show it to camera. We'll go in order. We'll just go left to right on screen. So Conlon, what do you got?
Got the 3 of Wands.
Excellent.
Bye.
So, set that card to the side. If we were playing in person, the way that this would work is that is basically coming to me. That is going to be part of the dream deck. It's going to be what I use to create the dream. So that card for you doesn't exist. It's also adding in terms of like, if you're thinking about this mechanically, there is now a level of unknown. There is now a level of like, uh-oh, I might not have my best card, or uh-oh, I might miss my worst card. I'm judging by Haley's expression. One of those is true. Haley, which one did you pull?
I got the 6 of Wands.
Oh no. I'm so sorry.
It's a pretty card, though.
Beautiful card, though. I love that. So that comes to me.
Sorry for everyone not being able to see it on stream. I put it to the side.
That is gorgeous. I love that.
It's pretty.
And then Mel, what is yours?
I have the 2 of Cups.
2. There we go. 2 of Cups.
Where do I put this?
That'll just be off to the side, so you won't use it, but keep it like face up and nearby, because if it comes up, it will be useful for us to know what that is. All right. So the way this works is I take your 3, I combine them with Major Arcana from my deck of cards, and that is going to basically create for us the dream spread. It is going to inform what you are going to encounter in this dream. it's not that those cards went away. You're not going to be able to use them because that part of your brain is forming the dream that you are experiencing. That is your subconscious effect on what you are about to enter into. I got a little, oh, darn it. I didn't put it on this screen. I built all of the screens, assuming Taylor would be here, and I don't have it for you to see on this one, but shout out to Virtue Deck, which is this like completely game agnostic. You could just type in stuff and it makes a little deck that it shuffles for you, and you can draw cards out of it without replacement. Cool. So that's why I was typing your cards into that deck along with the major arcana that are going to be in here. So I'm going to shuffle that up. I am going to draw 3 cards, and that is going to be our dream spread for this dream, which will encompass both this episode and next week's episode. So the first card to be drawn is the High Priestess. This is going to be one of my cards. Is from this. I forgot to get the box, but this is the Horror Tarot set. It is really well done. It is all like classic movie, kind of riffing off of that stuff, along with like comics and stuff. So the High Priestess over there. Just realizing my screen is backwards, which is awful for this. So real quick, I'm going to shabam, and now I'm this way. Now you can actually see the cards properly on stream. High Priestess, boom, there we go. That's the first card in our spread. Second card in our spread is going to be the Empress. It's very high chance of my cards because I put more of them in there than y'all's. The High Priestess was my nickname. Just saw that. So here's my Empress card right here. And I'm showing you the art in case the art matters for what we're going to do next. And then the third and final card for this dream spread is, the Hierophant. Weird, zany, X-ray vision man. 3 hotties, indeed. I'm going to keep that deck going in case we need to draw any more out of it, which we probably will. But there's one more. We're going to burn one more card out of your deck. So, I'm sorry. You're only starting with 10. That's how it works. This one, keep it nearby. The way this is going to work, this is going to be your guide. It is some sort of metaphysical concept that is guiding you through this dream. Your guide is going to be some kind of visual, and you are going to be wanting to look for it on not just your own cards, but also on any of the cards that anyone plays. So, as you... oh... Chat is peak right now. So as you play the game, whatever your guide is, you want to look for on other people's cards in the artwork and your own. When it comes up, you're going to be able to do some things that are extra powerful. The way that you're going to form this guide, draw that top card and look at it. I want you to use that card to answer this question from your dreamer's perspective. From your character's perspective, what do you fear most?
Well, I could go. I fear the unknown of my experiences. So not being able to remember this thing, that's what I fear.
So let's refine that into a visual. So into something that you can look for on the cards. So a good example of a good guide. So like there's examples in the book about like if you have
am I supposed to pull a card?
Yes, pull a card. Yes.
My bad.
Pull a card, use that card to answer this question. So you can use this card to kind of refine and sculpt it. What do you fear most?
Pause for edit.
Pause for edit. We're not live. Pause for edit. And
pause for edit.
Using that card. By the way, if the card is not speaking to you and like giving you an answer, I have prompts based on suits that can help.
Another bullshit card because it's another High Wands card, which is fine. But I'm going to use this art to inspire me as, like, can I use the visual of like the lockbox having a window in it? And so my fear is like seeing this mirror.
Ooh, okay. What card is that, by the way? What number?
It is the 4 of Wands.
4 of Wands. Man, that's a bunch.
Do you have a prompt? I know. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you have any prompts for me to refine it?
So if you wanted to refine it using the wand suit, the example refinement sort of idea is the intrusive nonsense answer that your character would normally never say. But I like this idea. You've got a good idea right here of this window into this missing piece. So maybe what you're looking for is like, maybe the visual is like a dark reflection or an obfuscated truth. Some good
I feel
guidelines.
Like it's like not being able to see. So literally like looking through a window and it being black or dark or a reflection where there should be outside or another room, or being able to like that. I think that is like maybe the darkness as well, just like a bit as well, if you wanted to add that in there.
We could have, what if it's blinding darkness?
Yeah.
So a good way to do these guides is to always like noun and at least like a quantity or a quality to that noun. That way, when you're looking at cards, it's not just like, ooh, there's darkness on it. My guide's there. It's like, is it just darkness or is it blinding darkness? Get a little bit more deeper. So how does blinding darkness sound good for your guide?
I love it.
Dope.
I love it.
Excellent. And then
And I set that aside.
Melissa, yes, set that aside, but keep it like nearby so that you can kind of remind yourself, yep, my guide is blinding darkness. Boom. Melissa or Conlon, which of you would like to answer the question next?
You want to go, Conlon, or do you want me to go?
I can go.
Okay.
So I drew the Ace of Swords, which got a very Sword of Damocles sort of vibe to it. So I think, as I punch my microphone, guide-wise, I'm leaning towards something like sort of restrained power, like as in like the ability to do things being held back. I think make like the thing of the like adjective noun thing.
Yeah.
I think that would be like restrained power.
Okay, I like that. Restrain. I think because you're sort of, it's not just that you're holding back because you don't want to hurt something, it's restrained power when you want to use it. So maybe either like forcibly restrained power.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Even potentially entangled power.
Ooh, I like entangled a lot better. Yeah. That kind of forcibly.
Entangled power sounds good.
Because that also could, I mean, your deck is going to have all the knots and ropes in it anyway, so it gives you a more of a chance of triggering that on your own cards.
Yeah, and
But
I wanted,
also,
I was trying to
like
avoid just like bondage or like boundness.
I feel like entangled is good because there is a difference between like a lot of, because I mean I've seen a lot of the art on these cards. There is a lot of people that look like freed even though they are bound by ropes, like they look like empowered. Like that's the opposite of what you're looking for. So you're looking for more of the darker
entangled
cards.
Entangled is like, I don't like being restrained. Yeah. And this is something that the book dives into a lot, is like how to refine these guides and make them something like just subtle words, like instead of a cat, the cat. Like just changing a word like that can completely change the meaning of what you're looking for. Grapple and restrain me, daddy. This ain't 5e. Mel, you're the last one up. What is your guide card? Robert.
It's Robert, no. It's actually funny because Haley, if you hold up the card that you drew really quick, because you see like that triangle thing that's in the center.
Oh yeah,
I have the same one, sort of, where it's right in the middle. Triangles, the Illuminati. That's what I'm afraid of.
Square, Mel. That's a diamond.
There's a triangle in the middle of yours.
There's a triangle in the center.
In the very middle of yours. Yes. Yeah.
I got some triangles too at the top.
Ooh.
You know what? I'm writing triangles down. I feel like the cards are telling us to do something with that.
Mine kind of looks like the Eiffel Tower too if you turn it upside down.
I I love that, like, I watched your eyes drift to stream and then see your own card as you pulled it back and be like, I saw something from my own point of view.
But it's the Two of Wands in mine. And it has at least for the card, because sadly my camera can't do it really good justice, but there's an eye in the center of it. I'm tempted to say that the guide is a judgmental eye.
Ooh. I love that.
So since
That's a good
she's trying to conquer the fear of, like, the monster of self-doubt and the monster of fear, a judgmental eye is always one to kind of throw her into under the ringer. So
That is perfect. And you have nailed the trifecta of guide qualities. You've got a quantity, so we're looking for one eye. You've got a quality, judgmental, and you've got the noun, an eye. So like very easy to sort of look for that on cards. Excellent. Excellent.
yay.
You have your guides. So in terms of what those guides do, anytime they show up, you are going to be able to either bolster or weaken the card they show up. You can increase or decrease its value. You can also push. You can look that up in the book for the full ruling, but basically you get to like dump an extra card into things to make things more accelerated, more powerful, or something that might be very, very relevant in this first encounter, peeking ahead, the just in time, which is if you are not narratively positioned somewhere, you can show up there because your guide has summoned you to that spot. Something to just keep in mind, the entire game functions on the principles of narrative positioning, which means that there's not movement speeds, there's not teleportation spells. You are where you are in the narrative. As long as you can tell a convincing story as to why you got somewhere else, you're there. There's no like I think in like Mork Soul or the Borgs or anything, it's like you can move up to a room or like something like a reasonable size room like that. That's not it. It's like you can move across the map if there is a reasonable narrative reason as to why you can do that. And there are options to pick to help facilitate that narrative reasoning, but just wanted to put that out there as like one of the things your guide can do is move you around to where you need to be. All right. That is enough jibber jabber and planning. We have built our decks. You have built my deck. We have formed our guides. It is now time to enter the dream. Graves are memories. We commemorate everything we were to the earth. We reduce ourselves to what can be carved in stone. We become a place. Dreams can die too, but their funerals are far uglier. They linger, they sputter, they cough and wheeze until anyone that could have buried them no longer knows their name. Their spoiled ashes ferment in the catacombs. A haunted place, filled with envy and regret. That is where you must go. For as you fall asleep, you wake up. And the three of you are standing on a ledge. Mists dampen the walls around you. There's moisture at your back. The roar of a large river far beneath you. And ahead of you, there is a cavernous opening. We'll go in order again. Conlon, who or what do we see standing on this ledge?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I did a random name generator, and I got the name Magnus, which I quite like. And I think Magnus is, you know what, this is I'm not going to pretend like this isn't basically just a self-insert. It kind of looks like me. Bigger guy, you know, dark hair, whatever. Though probably like tussles of dark hair from beneath. A lot of my cards are wearing masks, very specifically like gas masks, which is kind of interesting. So I'm gonna roll with that as sort of my character description in the dream, being sort of tussles of dark hair kind of spilling out from a gas mask, sort of World War II style, "Are you my mommy?" Doctor Who gas mask. And then I think no visible weapons or anything, but tattoos of various weapons of various kinds kind of running down his arms, swords and spears, and just kind of an arsenal, if you will, of weapons that appear on his skin. And I think sort of like clothing that resembles like knotted ropes, sort of hanging off. And yeah, I think that's my description. We'll stop there.
I like it. That was excellent. That's everything we needed. Haley.
My name is Cade, Kaid, and I look like, I was gonna go through like a full description, but I feel like enough people are gonna understand this, and if not, I will continue to explain. But if you've seen Invincible and you watched the first episode with the Guardians of the Globe, and there is the green woman, and she is just entirely, she has no features, no clothing, no nothing. She is just skin everywhere and like no face. And that's exactly what she looks like, but she does have dark black hair that trails all the way down to like her mid-thigh. She's not wearing anything and she doesn't carry anything. And that is what she looks like. That's what I look like. Cade.
Excellent.
So are you green as well?
I am green, yes. I am green.
A walking green screen.
Yes, pretty much a walking green screen. Yeah.
You
And there's
could-
like a very like not, what is the opposite of solid?
Amorphous.
Man,
Yeah.
my brain's broken. My first thought was
You
sweat,
wish it
and that's just
flaccid?
not
No.
it.
But like there's like this presence that like she could almost walk through you at all times. But she isn't
Ethereal.
Yes, ethereal.
Yeah.
Katie
Ethereal.
Clissom nailed it.
She isn't, but she's not see-through.
Yeah.
There's
Not-
just this like
Not transparent, but
not transparent, but
oh.
ethereal.
This came up in our Pathfinder recording. Incorporeal, potentially.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Ooh, welcome Raiders. Flying Orcs coming in just in
Hi,
time.
Raiders.
Raiders.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
You're going to catch the last of our character descriptions as we are diving into the Beckoning Dream, a tarot deck builder game. Mel, describe who is standing on this precipice, standing in front of a cave.
The least entertaining descriptor for the last character, honestly, after Haley and Conlon's good introductions. You'll see kind of a mixed match in between Conlon's character and Haley's character. So you'll find promptly known as Ezra the Protector. That's kind of like her title. She's a little bit leaner, like lankier, kind of taller in presence. Has very long, flowing brown hair. Has very loose clothing. It's like very wavy, not really form-fitting or anything else like that. Around her neck, she has, I don't remember the name of the jewelry, but it's like the old Celtic one where it's like kind of horseshoe shaped and it's like kind of like that. Torque, that's it. And it's in the form of a snake. So tail on one end, mouth by the other, and it looks like it's almost like, you know, kind of biting at its own tail. I was gonna say the Aurora Borealis, and I know that's not it.
The Ouroboros, yeah.
Thank you.
Speaking of torques, they show up a lot in our current book club over on the Tales Patreon. Random plug. Continue, please.
And she has kind of like, I was going for a more like Xena warrior princess sort of vibe where it's very simple in clothing, someone who can carry herself well. Nothing like standing out, so to speak. She's more of like blending in than anything. And yeah, I'd say that's Ezra.
In the way that dream logic works, we can eschew how you know each other, why you know each other. Let's develop those things another time. Right now, you have this sensation of like moving forward, that the cave is really your only option. Going down into the river, you just get this sense of like, I've been there before and that didn't go anywhere. The cave seems to be a way forward, but it is haunting as it sort of, the tilt shift zoom where like the camera goes in but the lens zooms out, so it has that like really weird perspective shift on it. What would you like to do?
Do we draw a card for this one before we do anything else, or?
Nope. I will say you can now that you have shuffled up your decks, now that you've given me those 2 cards, one to build the dream deck and one to make your guide. Now, the rest of that deck, place it on your playmat if you print it out, or just somewhere. That is your future. That is what you will be drawing from in order to create your present. And because all of you are starting with 3 awareness, you can go ahead and draw 3 cards into your present. Those are what you have at your disposal. You won't use those until I prompt you with some sort of reason to use them. But for the sake of being ready for whatever happens next, have your future and your present ready to go. You have no past yet. You have not discarded. Nothing has happened.
Okay. I have to resort to Google. Hold on a second.
Let's go in the cave.
Going into the cave.
This doesn't look familiar, but it's the only path forward, so why not?
Indeed.
Seems like it.
Going forward, the cave quickly starts to split into multiple paths. Doesn't just feel like it's splitting, it feels like it's like a bad conversation. These halls like meander somewhat hopelessly, and you're seeing them marked in the way that graves might be marked. There are statues every once in a while, and there are things that should feel like landmarks, but the markings are close to legible but never sensible, and these statues are annoyingly similar. One has no eyebrows, one only one eyebrow, the next both, the one with a slant in one of them. It's just this kind of like almost built to purposely obfuscate the way forward that you're going. And there's just this sense of like befuddlement as you're going through these caves. And as that befuddlement starts to crest into a sensation of wrongness, you each feel yourselves tugged in 2 directions. This is the High Priestess card, saying that you are being forced between 2 equally compelling options. You have no guidance in this moment. There is this sensation of an oncoming choice that nags at your mind, and you just get that anxiety of like, well, what if I choose wrong? But what if I choose right, but I regret it? And like, it's this, it almost feels like maybe you're visualizing it as a version of yourself pulling you down one of the tunnels, and you're like, no, it's this way. It is a moment of confusion, and what this is called is a spike. The dream is pushing back on you in a very violent, unsettling way, and you need to deal with it. And the way that we resolve spikes, all of you are going to declare a narrative approach. You're just going to tell me how you think your character responds to this. I will then assign a suit to that approach. And you have a certain number of cards you get to look through at the top of your future to try and find that suit. So in your description, keep in mind these sort of characterizations of the suits. you could try and bias your description of your approach towards one of them that you think might be likely to show up. So this is where, for Haley, it sucks that you burned 2 wand cards, but now you know it's much less likely, especially with whatever's in your present, that there's going to be wands coming up. So keep that kind of information in mind. We'll just go once again in order across the Twitch layout. Conlon, what is Magnus doing in response to this strangeness?
I think Magnus sort of reaches up and tightens down the gas mask and just sort of bullheadedly pushing forward towards his desired approach. It sort of just barrels into the darkness kind of thing. Yeah.
Nice. I'd say that's a swords. That feels very swordsy to just push forward, barrel down. So this spike has a difficulty of 2, which means you get to look at the top 2 cards of your future right now. And if there is a swords among them, you can reveal them and your approach will succeed. You will have to burn that card though.
That's rough. that's real rough.
Did I get the 6? Did we get the 6?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Oh!
So I got the 2 of pentacles and the 6 of swords.
So this is an instance where you can burn that card in order for your approach to succeed. Or you could choose not to. If you're like, man, I really want the 6 of swords for later. That's my best card. I want to keep that around. You could choose not to burn it, but you will suffer the consequences of whatever the spike does.
I'll take it. I'll take the consequence. I don't want
Okay.
to burn my 6.
Yep.
Do these go bottom of the deck?
So, return the non-bird cards from step 3 to your future and shuffle it. So you just put those back in the future and just reshuffle the future. So you don't know the order of it again. Those cards are still in there. You will suffer the consequence, but we will resolve that all at once. So, moving on to Haley. What does Cade do in this moment?
Cade, I feel like, has that moment of the being pulled in 2 directions, the anxiety that came with it before a smile, a creepy smile, just like widened over her face as she decides she's going to embrace the chaos. She's going to spin as fast as she can to try and remove the feeling of this pulling, and then she's just going to take off down a hallway.
You're randomizing the choice. You can't feel bad if you didn't make it. Yes.
Exactly.
This feels 1,000% wands.
Yes.
So look at the top 2 of your future.
So what am I doing with the ones in my hand?
The ones in your
Nothing
hand,
yet.
you just set them aside. They're just temporarily in the no zone. I do have to ask though, because of your character description, when Cade smiles,
Yes.
is there just this unfortunate big homunculus from Full Metal Alchemist teeth thing happening?
No,
Or
it's
is-
more like the.
It's a Deadpool mask, like you can see the cheeks rise for a smile, but there's not.
Yeah. What's the? I can't. I've lost his name, but it's the card. He's a DC villain. No. Yeah. And he's in the Joker cartoons, with Harlequin, and he is made of mud. And he can mold his
Clayface.
face like Clayface. Thank you. It's like Clayface, so no teeth, but like it molds to that shape
Gotcha.
of what a smile would be, and then like Clay just disappears again.
Cool. I had
Yeah,
to get
I
that because
feel
my first thought was
feel like
homunculus
Clay-
smile, and I was horrified.
Yeah, I feel like Clay fits the vibe more than ethereal.
Yes, I like that.
In the way that like you can like smush yourself through her
Mhm.
rather than it being like a ghost.
Yes,
sort
you
of
don't
thing.
just
But
pass through. There is material there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at the top 2 of your future, and if there
Okay.
is a wands that you want to burn, you can reveal it and burn it. By the way, I'm saying burn. I am assuming you realize like, oh, that's bad. When you burn a card, it goes to the pyre. There's no coming back from the pyre. That is where lost
Okay.
things go to burn. If
Okay.
we were playing at a shared table, it would just be a big pile in the middle, and we would all be tossing cards into the pyre as that happened. For your playmats, there's a little arrow that points towards like where the center of the table would be. You can just tuck cards under there, and that represents
Yes.
them being burned.
Beautiful. I fucking pulled the second highest wands.
which is now the highest one because you already lost the 6 before. You've
Yeah.
lost the 4,
Yeah.
so now it really is your big card.
Yeah, and And I've lost 3. I would have lost 3 of my wands. And my other ones are in my prison.
So, you get to choose. Do you want to burn the 5 of wands, or do you want to keep it?
Burn it.
You're gonna burn it. Okay.
I think so, because like what? I mean, I don't know what the cards do yet. So, right now there is no consequence to me burning it. We'll find out, right?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck it. No, I'm gonna take the consequences. I take it back. 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 I take it back.
Okay. Put the
Put the cards back in the pile and shuffle them. They're shuffled. They're shuffled.
Committed.
They didn't burn it. I take it back.
I take it back.
I got upset when I realized how few wands I have.
No, that's fair. I genuinely, that is the 3 highest wands, so you're essentially a cups deck now if you lose that 5. Amazing. Mel, what is Ezreal?
Ezra.
Ezra. What does Ezra do?
I think, for a little side note, just for the deck that I have, it's all based on crystals, so every single card has a different crystal or different gem that's on the bottom. I'd like to think that to run with that theme, the clothing she has, there's like one central spot where each time a card gets burned, it's a different gemstone that comes up, or like each time like I'll use one, it's a different gemstone just based off of what's there. Ezra, I think, will ground herself first. So she'll put like her hand over her chest where the gem would be and would ground herself first before just moving forward. Just kind of choosing the one path that's immediately in front of her and just going for it.
Okay. Sort of grounding yourself. It feels like you could go cup or swords with how you're describing it, with this sort of like introspective, like sort of self-determination moment. Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go with cups. Look at the top 2 cards of your future and reveal a cups card. You don't have to. You can keep it. You can just volunteer for the consequences.
I'm getting the TikTok sound here. Here comes the consequence. Fuck me.
Did you find any cups?
I got the highest of my cups, the 4 of cups.
Amazing. Across the board.
Oh,
I am the cruelest GM in existence, and I'm doing absolutely nothing.
We already knew that, though, Matt. This is up your alley.
Blood for the blood god. Do you want to burn it? I will. I feel a bit cruel mentioning this now after 2 people have already said don't burn it. In general, you always have to burn a card to avoid the consequences of a spike, which means spikes are designed that their consequences are typically worse than burning a card. Now, it's always a judgment value of like, is it worse than burning your highest card? Maybe, maybe not, but I just want to keep that in mind.
It's not the only highest card I have, so I think I'll be the sacrificial lamb and I'll put it on the pyre as the first one. I really like it though. It's a really pretty card.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, that's on the pyre.
You throw...
And then the one that's left goes into the deck again?
Put it back into your future and shuffle the future.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Amazing. So, Ezra, this sort of like grounding moment, and you see a path forward and you push. And you leave these other 2 behind. And you sort of like don't realize that like Magnus is just like tightening and then feels this whisper of like, no, a little harder, tighten. No, a little hard, tighten. And it feels like his head is about to just like pop off from the tightening that's happening. And there's just all these whispers of like, yes, you don't need that. Leave that behind. The Cade spins and just goes straight into like this sharp angle between 2 tunnels and just clay faces into both at the same time. And now you need to decide which half of you survives. The High Priestess demands a cost for your indecision. and lack of faith. You have been rent in two, but you cannot walk two roads forever. Something must be left behind. I want you to take, if you had a past, you would include that too. Take the 3 cards that are in your present, combine them to your future, turn everything face up. You now need, you all have 10 cards total, correct? Because we burnt the 2 at the, we started with 12.
I put them back into this pile and
Yep.
shuffle?
Don't shuffle, just look at them face
Okay.
up. Because what you are going to do, you need to burn cards that their total value adds up to 10. Because you have 10 cards in your deck.
Fucking rude.
I'm more terrified of this than I have been for Vengalia. Jesus Christ.
You are now learning part of the core conceit of this game is that all dreams end. You will wake up. It is just a matter of how much time and at what cost. Everything in this game wants to whittle your decks down to nothing. And when your past, present, and future are all empty, you wake up and you leave the dream. You'll dream tomorrow. You'll dream again. But you are no longer here. If your past,
I don't
present,
know if
and
I want to
future
play this
are
game
gone.
anymore.
Haley is mean mugging me so hard. Haley is vicious at this moment.
You still have her too for TDT next
I
time,
know.
just so you
She's
know.
gonna be so-
I can either get rid of my 5 or
Mhm.
get rid of every other card in my deck.
That's right. So, let me double check the wording on this. Is it total or half? Combined value equals the total number of cards remaining. So, this is why we play test. That might be a little vicious. Have them add up to 5. We'll do half.
Okay.
thank God.
Okay, thank you. Cause yeah, do it.
I was so in for 10. I was gonna go full just fuck it mode and burn everything but my swords.
Okay.
This is
I
gonna
got
be a
rid of
solo
5.
game.
In the pyre.
Yes, those are
In the
gone.
pyre.
Yeah, so as long as they add up to 5 amongst all of their values, so like a 4 and a 1, a 3 and a 2, those all go away.
And then I keep my 3 present.
Now once those are gone, reshuffle
Shuffle.
everything and draw a new present.
Draw a new present.
You are burning the 4 and 3
4
of
and
wands.
1 of
4
wands.
4 of 1 and
4
wands.
and ace of wands.
Ace of wands, yes. Yeah, ace is 1 numerically. This is why I say that like if you have face cards, they always need a numerical value because the math of the game wants things to have numerical values.
I'm getting rid of a 3 of wands and a 2 of pentacles.
Okay. That deck is gorgeous.
Yeah, it really is.
I love the butterflies. Are all the pentacles
like a-
butterflies?
No,
Okay.
but they're all gorgeous. There's a mix of all of them in all of them. There's
Love it.
it's like a life and decay themed deck.
Mm.
Ooh, kind of Windveer themed. Love it.
Yeah, it is Windveer themed.
Heck yes. All right. One of those versions of Cade withers away. Magnus, for a second, your head rolls forward, detached from the body, and you stand up and like get your bearings, your body back. Dream logic's weird. And you are now all separated. And this is why I mentioned
Okay.
narrative positioning, is that
Mm.
you are now going to be doing
And
battle.
I have one leg.
You have one leg. Yeah.
Hey, after this, Cade, you want to go to IHOP?
I'm so glad I'm not in the same hallway as you right now.
So here's the way this works.
No, that's
I like to call excuse me. I like to refer to this game as being pillarless, meaning like you don't have exploration mechanics. You don't have role-playing mechanics. You don't have combat mechanics. Everything is resolved exactly the same way. So you are still exploring these catacombs, and you're starting to key in on the fact that these catacombs are friggin' weird. There's funky stuff going on in here. But as you explore, the way we are going to model that mechanic of exploring is you are going to be card dueling against me. The catacombs have a deck, and I have now shuffled its future. I will put it down, and I will draw the 2 cards that go into my present. The catacombs have an awareness of 2. And now we are in what is called a duel. We handled a spike. We are now dueling. And
Dueling!
in a duel, duels function off of initiative, although we don't roll for it. Instead, we just pick someone to go first, and then popcorn initiative style, when your turn is done, you pick who goes next. You can actually always just keep picking yourself. You know, share the spotlight, but if there are narrative reasons that one person would keep going, or mechanical reasons, then you can absolutely do that. I'm gonna change the music over to be a little bit different here. As you are now navigating these catacombs, the sense of loneliness and isolation is starting to set in and tickle that spot at the base of your skull just a little bit. All right. Who wants to go first? Don't all at once now.
What am I dueling?
You are dueling against the catacombs. So basically, this is you trying to explore and navigate your way through this area safely.
What do I do to do that?
Just-
I'll go first.
So you can go first. I am the only opponent available, or the catacombs is the only opponent available. So you pick me as your opponent. We're going to select a card from our present. So pick a card from your present that you're like, I think this best represents how I'm navigating the catacombs right now. And keep in mind that if there's ever anything on the card art,
gonna go away. This card gonna go away forever.
after you play it, we'll score it, we'll interpret it, we'll do stuff with it, and then it will go to your past. Meaning that it will just go to your past. It doesn't go away forever. It just goes. It basically to like, for those familiar with other card games and deck builders, it goes to like a discard pile, and then eventually this is where the you only have so much time here mechanic comes in. Once all of the cards are in your discard pile or in your past, and you try to interact with your future, if you're ever trying to do something with your future and it's not there, you have to shuffle up your past, blind burn a card, whatever one is on top, it just goes. You don't get to pick it, and then that is your new future. So
Beautiful.
every time you go through your whole deck, you will start whittling away at it. You are capable of less and less as the journey becomes taxing. But for now, it just goes to your past. It's totally fine.
Love it. I have a card.
You have a card. Excellent. You've done exactly what select means, which is to distinguish no takesy backsies.
How cool
This
is
is the
that
card I am
background?
playing. That's very cool. Oh, it's shiny. Oh, that's dope.
It's
I love
shiny.
that.
No, it's not shiny.
It's not?
just the art. It's just the way that it's drawn makes you it's like a visual.
It's like an illusion. Yeah.
Illusion. Yeah.
I love that.
It's
okay.
actually just really thin lines, but anyway, yeah.
Okay, very cool.
Makes your eyes go weird when you look at it in person.
Okay. I have my card. You have
Yes.
selected your card. And
I
now we reveal. I have the 4 of Pentacles.
I have the 4 of Cups.
Ooh. So we
Ooh.
okay, so I'm gonna do it in order. I don't want to go out of order for the mechanics. Now we have revealed what was unknown is known. When we score these cards, it works like this. Oh, this is my first clash. This is the first time I've seen cards of equal value against each other. This is great. So first we compare values. Yours a 4, mine's a 4. We are the same, which means we score a clash.
Okay.
Which means normally going into the next step, we will each get to pick 2 options. We check the suits to make sure that nothing countered. Cups contest with cups and pentacles to see what the truth of the matter really is. So, can you describe for me what this cups means narratively for you? What is this cup? What is
Narratively,
yes.
I begin to hear the little squeaks and skittering of creatures up ahead, and it is driving me forward towards maybe some light.
Ooh,
Where is light, there is life.
I like it. So, I'm gonna say because I want the mechanic to be known, but B, because I'm seeing like moving towards a light very clearly depicted in that card. That description's gonna gain you an Oneragen. Onerigen are basically like hero points for this game. They're just things that you can use to boost other abilities. So you've got one Onerigen right now. You can track
Where do
that
I
with like a
mark that?
dice. You can track that with a
Oh,
dice
okay.
on like the playmat. There's a little square that has the weird Onerigen symbol in it.
Oh yes.
Base
Perfect.
blogs. Welcome Raiders.
Hi, Raiders.
So, no one counters each other. You've played a 4, I played a 4, we score a clash, which means we now get to each pick 2 out of the interpret options. Interpreting is, if you've ever played Powered by the Apocalypse or any of those kinds of games, it's like if you score a 10 plus, choose 2. If you score a 7 to 9, choose 1. Those kinds of things. Very similar here. You and I both get to choose 2 options. And we can choose from the universal effects and also the effects that are specific to our suits. So I could pick from the Pentacles effects because I played a Pentacles, and you could pick from the Cups effects because you picked a Cups. So for example, in the different effects, some of them are, you can only pick them if you score a certain thing. All of the suits have one that you could pick anytime, one that you can only pick during a setback, which means your value was less, you lost, and one that you could pick during a triumph, which is when you basically like a critical hit, when you really succeed. Your cup effect is analyze. I reveal my present, so you will get to know the other card that is in my hand right now. For the purposes of planning, either your own turn or other people's turns in the future. You can also pick from any of the universal effects. There is press. You deal 1 stress to me. Dealing stress is basically damage in this game, but it's just called stress because it's not hit points, it's not psychic damage, it's whatever it needs to be. It's stress, it's wearing you down. Dealing stress, by the way, just a great thing to do in general if you want to win the encounters, because as we deal stress to each other, our decks will dwindle and dwindle and dwindle, and if you can get me to have no cards, then you've defeated the catacombs are out, you've navigated through them successfully. You could devastate only on a success or triumph, so I won't read that one for right now. You can help, which is choose an ally. The next revealed card is increased by 1. Because y'all are narratively split up, you cannot choose help right now to help each other. You could help yourself. You could boost your next card by 1, but you can't help Magnus or Ezra. You can hinder, which is to reduce my next card by 1. You can study, which means you ask me a question about the circumstances and figure out more about either the deck that I'm playing, like what the catacombs are capable of, what the situation is, that kind of stuff. Or you can fall back on a setback. You didn't score a setback, so you can't fall back, but fallback is a way of re-narratively positioning yourself. So if you want to focus on I just want to find my friends so that I can have an easier time getting through these catacombs, find a way to fall back, and then you'll be able to rejoin later at the cost of burning a card. That was a whole lot all at once. What would you like to do with your 2 choices?
I would like to press and hinder.
Ooh, okay. I should have gotten dice for me, but I am just going to roll with it. So I've got hinder 1 on myself. So my next card's value will be reduced by 1, and you're doing 1 stress to me. Easiest way for me to take this 1 stress is to flinch. I'm going to discard this card to my past. So, and then for mine, I'm going to choose my Pentacles effects, which is misdirect. The catacombs are purposely trying to trick you. They are a maze, and you are quickly discovering this maze doesn't play fair. You can't just hug the right wall. The right wall bends back on itself, it dips down. It's convoluted and non-linear, and misdirect reduces the opponent's awareness by 1. So I'm going to reduce your awareness to 2 from 3.
Cool.
Normally at the end of your turn, you would draw back up if you had fewer cards in present than your awareness. Now you have 2 in hand and your awareness is 2, you won't get to draw any more cards.
Beautiful.
So I'm misdirecting you, and I will, you know what? I'll press. I'll deal a stress back to you. We'll just press each other. So you're feeling, so,
Matthew.
the easiest way to deal with that 1 stress is just to flinch, just like I did, discard 1 card, and it goes to your pass. There's lots of different ways of dealing with stress, and if
I will do that. I will flinch and discard a card.
Yep.
Does that
this-
mean that I get to draw back up at the end of the round?
Yes, so now at the end of the turn, you get to draw back up to 2. Yeah.
Nice.
And for the awareness of other people when you're going into your turns for picking stuff, there's lots of different ways to deal with stress, but it works kind of like Fate's injury system. Basically, if you pick something that could absorb more stress, you don't get to like keep any remainders. So if I deal 1 stress to you, but you have no present, you can't flinch, you have to spend one of the more expensive options just to deal with that 1 stress.
Cool. Beautiful.
All right. The Pentacles card that I played and the Cups card that you played both go to our respective pasts. I draw up to 2, and you draw back up to 2 if you are missing any cards. And that is the end of the turn. Who would you like to go next?
Does it matter? Because we pull the cards at the same time, right? Don't we?
Kind of, yeah. It doesn't.
I didn't show my card to you first, and you didn't show your card to me first, so it doesn't. I don't think. I'll pick you to go first then.
Oh no! Which one of you players goes next? I never lead off. You're always fighting me.
I'm so sorry. I got
No, it's
confused.
okay. No worries.
No. Ignore me then.
No, that's okay. You still get to pick who goes next.
I pick who.
That you keyed in. You got there. These catacombs are very confusing. It's very understandable.
It is. I ran into a fucking wall. I only have half my brain. Mel, you're next.
Okay.
I yell, Ezra! Did you find the other half of my body?
Amazing.
Alrighty.
I've selected my
I have
card.
my card. I have mine too.
I have chosen the 5 of Wands. However, because of Haley's hinder, is effectively the 4 of Wands.
Well, it's still Trump's mine because I have the 2 of Pentacles.
The 2 of Pentacles. Excellent.
Yeah.
However, so scoring 4 is higher. So I am, but it is and it is I see you,
It's a
Haley.
counter.
Hey, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, I promise. So because my value is equal to or greater than double yours, 4 to 2, I would technically score a triumph, which is like the equivalent of like a critical hit. I would get to pick 3, and you would score a setback. Yours is less than mine, so you would only get to score 1. However, as Haley has very astutely noticed, Pentacles counter Wands. And let me scroll back up here for why that is. Pentacles counter Wands, since a good plan leaves nothing to chance. You don't allow the weirdness, the mystery of the wands to factor in. You have a plan, and you are sticking to it. So, whereas I would have scored a triumph, I score a countered now, which means I don't get to pick jack shit. I just get to sit here and get mollywopped by whatever you would like to pick with your 1.
Okay. I'm just looking through the rules really quick just to see where.
Sure. It's also in the quick reference sheet. That PDF has a lot of this easy mode. There's obviously all the universal effects that you could pick, the Pentacles effects that you could choose. There is misdirect, which is to reduce an opponent's awareness by 1. Because you scored a setback, you could choose trap. Choose an ally, their next revealed card's value is increased by half the stress dealt by the opponent this turn. However, I'm not getting to pick anything, so I'm not going to be dealing any stress to you. So probably don't pick that one.
Okay. I will do a misdirect then. So kind of the kind of more of just like bringing down the catacombs as a whole for everybody rather than just, towards one of us. So I think I'm going to do that one. So then this goes in past. So
excellent. I feel like in the narrative of this, so I picked this one that has this like Godzilla style monster kaiju cover to it. I feel like in the narrative of this, as you're exploring the catacombs, you centered yourself. You're just forging ahead, and you walk past this room that has just this massive dragon. But as you like look at it a little bit more, it's just made of like smaller little wisps of things that like are like holding on to each other to make the look of a dragon. And you're just like, nah, I'm not falling for that. Well, whatever. And so it's just like the catacombs are starting to like get pissed off a little bit. It's like the undead dreams that live here that just sort of squalor in their uselessness. They're getting mad. They don't like that they're not able to affect you, and that is how their awareness is dipping. They're becoming less intelligent, they're becoming less active, and more just responsive.
Ooh,
So
okay.
my 5 of wands goes to my past, and my present is 1 card, but now that I have an awareness of 1, I don't get to draw anything. And yours goes to your past, and you can draw back up to your present, or to your awareness.
Ooh, okay.
And who would you like to go next?
I would like Magnus to go next.
Magnus. There's only 1 card in hand, so I'm picking that one. I am playing the 4 of wands.
5 of swords.
Oh,
Ooh.
amazing. Okay, so there's not. What was your 5 of swords?
Yes, 5 of swords.
Excellent. So you are going to score a success because your value is bigger than mine. I am going to score a setback because mine is less than yours. Wasn't a triumph because it wasn't double, and there's no countering. Let me just read the flavor text for swords versus wands. Swords contest with swords and wands to see whose will is greatest. So what does this look like as you are forging ahead in the maze?
I think sort of the okay. This is a deep pull. So we're gonna lean into the weirdness of the dreaminess of it. The gas mask sort of changes into almost like Minotaurian horns. The little like gas filters sort of like filter up to the top and become horns that stick out the top. If anyone has seen Chaos, much like the Minotaur in Chaos, a metal mask, and just like head down, forward unto the breach, charging ahead, not letting the catacombs be confusing, not letting it be like try to do its shit, right? Like just dampening the like incoming signals and fucking charging ahead forward.
I love that. Excellent. You are just charging forward, and like I think there's that moment where you're like, oh, there's a wall in front of me. I wonder, and it just sort of like crumples down, like, and you see that the stone just like gasps and sort of rattles, and it's like this place is like made of the substance of dying dreams as much as it is occupied by dying dreams. So you are just shoving your way through, not caring. So I only get to pick 1, you get to pick 2. What would you like to pick?
I will. I can choose. I have a success. Yeah.
Yes. So you got success.
Okay,
So you get to pick 2. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could press and devastate. You're not allowed to pick the same one twice unless you use like the wand's weird stuff.
Yeah. I will glare
Ooh.
and devastate if I can.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. Okay. So, devastate deals the difference. You had a 5, I had a 4, right?
Yes.
So essentially the same as press. Deals 1 stress to me, but then you're going to glare. I am also going to deal stress to you. I think like sort of pushing through. It's still hard. It's still fighting you, but you are just sort of shrugging that off. And the fact that you're doing it well is kind of like intimidating. Doug, sorry, intimidating. The like semi-sentient denizens of this place into like, what the fuck is this thing? Like, why does it not care? So I'm gonna deal 1 stress to you, but because I dealt that stress to you, I also wanted to show off what glare does. If the foe that you glare at deals stress to you this turn, you deal 2 stress instead. So you're gonna deal a total of 3 stress to me. I have no cards with which to flinch, so I will do what I must in order to deal with all 3 of that stress. I will burn a card. So I was already going to have to deal with that way anyways. This just means I can't blink to reduce my awareness by only dealing with 2 stress. I have to burn to deal with this nicely. So I get to, because I have no present, I can burn from my past, and I am going to burn, I'm gonna burn this 5 of Wands. I'm gonna burn my Kaiju card. So that is gone.
Cool.
And you take the 1 stress. I'm assuming you're just gonna flinch that away. Easy
Yeah, I'm
peasy.
gonna flinch my 2 of Swords.
Ooh, nice.
And then I draw back up to 3.
Yep. Your card that you played goes to your past, and then I draw back up to 1. Ooh, I like this card. Just the art is fun. Who would you like to go next?
We'll go reverse order. We'll go back to Mel.
Okay.
And then jump from there.
Uh-oh.
Ezra, what would you like to do?
Kill him.
Kill him.
I think... Okay. Nah.
I don't get to choose. This is great. I get to know. I get to know what I'm about to play, but I don't get to choose. Ready?
Yep.
I have
Ta-da.
ta-da, I have the 3 of Swords.
I also have the 3 of Swords.
Oh, excellent. So we are just gonna score a straight up clash, just will against will fighting each other. So we each get to pick 2.
Okay.
Amazing.
So we put this into the past pile.
Leave it out as you're like interpreting the card, just in case you want to do anything with the artwork specifically.
Okay.
But it is a good idea to like leave it out, and then once it's done, move it to the past. That way, because as you're resolving things, so like if you need to burn stuff from your past, you can't pick the card that you just played and revealed.
Okay.
So what does this 3 of Swords look like for you? What are you doing in these catacombs?
So, for those at home, just to show the artwork, it's a heart that has 3 swords pinned into it.
Mine also has that. Very, very common piece of artwork for the 3 of Swords. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So this one also has the gemstone on it called Shugnite. No. As you can tell, crystals are
Shugnite?
not
I think
my-
that's a rap song.
Yeah, no, it's a rapper, but Shungite. Shungite. I could sit here for.
My
20
wife's a
minutes
geologist, but I have no idea.
I think so Shungite is kind of like darker in color, like it's more of like an ashy black gray sort of thing. So I'd imagine that Ezra actually touches its Shungite. I'm gonna mispronounce the shit every time I say it, but it's the gem that shows up in the center of her chest, so she'll touch it and then 3 swords will start to like, I forget the name of the anime, but it's the sapphic one that has the lady who's got the sword and she's pulling it out of the princess's head, like chest, that one.
Yeah. You talking about
You know what I'm
She-Ra?
talking about, right? No, not She-Ra. It's the other one. It's like the princess, and then she has a knight
the
with
other
her.
sapphic anime with
No. Luna
swords?
knows what it is. Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Oh man, I've
That's
never
what it
heard
is.
this one. Amazing.
So, nice recommendation for all of you at home. But
Yeah.
it's the same concept. So she like pulls the sword out of her chest. So it's like the same thing. So 3 swords like pull out
Mhm.
from the gem on her chest, and it kind of like circles around her a little bit. So it kind of like shows up in the background as she prepares for battle. Hiya!
Excellent. I think you see that same stance mirrored in like the spirits that are haunting this place, the dreams that have died. One of them just like is sort of lumbering towards you, grabs 3 of the others, and they just turn into swords, and you just start like stabbing forward into each other. I'm gonna pick. We each get to pick 2. I
Okay.
am going to. I'm gonna be mean because I have a feeling I know who's coming next, or at least soon. I'm gonna hinder Cade. I'm gonna hinder
Okay.
Cade, and I am going to glare at you, Ezra.
Okay, this is a. I'm trying to figure out where to look in
So
all of this.
I'm gonna put -1 to the next revealed card of Cade, and I am dealing either 1 or 2 stress to you, Ezra, depending on what you do.
Have you got the
Okay.
reference sheet up, Mel?
I do have the playtest reference. I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, glare! It's up there. Duh.
Yeah, so glare is under swords, and the universal effects is where you look for the other ones. On the first page.
Gotcha. Universal. Okay. Ooh. Is there a... Is there a way to unhinder the hinder towards another player? But since we're not narratively
yes.
next to one another.
Normally in this, you could help, but because you are narratively split up, you cannot help each other.
Okay.
Unless you take time to figure out how to solve that.
Okay. And we get 2 effects out of this?
Yep, you get 2 effects because it's a clash.
Okay.
Man, we went from no clashes at all, I'm pretty sure, in all the 3 playtests at Gen Con. We've had 2, 1 off of identical cards. I did make this deck much lower. The decks that we had in the Gen Con playtest had a lot of high value cards, so it was a lot more about like teamwork and stacking help buffs and hinder buffs to try and like get it to be more fair. This one, it's a bit more of a fair thing, but you can't help each other until you take time to be able to help each other.
Yeah. So, I think...
Go with your gut, Mel.
I'm trying. Okay, so I am going to press. So deal 1 stress to the opponent.
Yep.
I will take the stress, and I instead will do a study.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Amazing. So what would you like to... Is there anything specific you would like to ask here?
I want to know what the highest value card is in your deck.
Ah, very cool. That would be the 6 of Wands. This place is strange. It has its own rules, and it will force you to play by them.
Okay.
But I
we
will
still have a 6.
I will add a little bit of information onto that because there's an interesting wrinkle to this.
Okay.
There is also a major arcana in this deck.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Ooh, okay. I put that in the past, and that's gonna go there.
You know that now. You know that the 6 of Wands is my highest. I've burned the 5 of Wands, for those keeping track of home, and you've seen 1 wand. So you know that in my future, there is some wands to be had.
Yeah.
Do note that the foes don't necessarily follow the same rules of deck construction. I don't have to have the aces of any things. So like, I typically have like higher value cards on my end.
Okay.
Excuse me. You dealt a stress to me, which is like extremely optimal at this point in time because I have nothing to flinch away. So now I must just make bad choices, and I will go into full instinct mode. The Catacombs was not ready for people to be fully fighting it this way, so I'm going to reduce my awareness to 0. I have no present anymore. I will now be playing blind off the top of my future, which is less of a big deal than it would be for a player character or dreamer to be doing, but it does mean that now I can't blink anymore. I can't reduce below 0, which means if you deal any stress to me, I'm burning shit. That is my only option now.
Okay.
So I have been thoroughly weakened. However, my glare, because you did stress to me, does deal 2 stress to you.
Okay. So I have like a little die on the side here just to remind me of the 2.
Nice. So you can very easily deal with those. You do not, unlike interpret options where you can't pick the same one more than once. For stress, you can pick the same one multiple times. So you could just flinch twice if you don't love those 2 cards that are still in your hand. Just pitch those to the past and draw a whole new present.
I'll do that. I'll do that right now. So those 2 are gone. And
Another
then I get
another option would have been blinking. That can absorb 2 stress by reducing your awareness by 1. But if the cards in your hand are not overly compelling to where you really want to keep them, flinching is typically a very good option for you.
I should have kept them. Oopsies.
Oh well, now you know.
Oh well, it's okay. right.
Amazing. Who would you like to go next?
I do want to pick Haley, but I also feel bad because of the hindrance.
Hey, who knows what she's facing? I don't even know. It could be garbage.
Actually, that's true. Go ahead, Haley. Go ahead and take it.
Nice.
I have selected my card. I don't know what it is. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I feel like Bill Murray from a certain movie right now.
5 of Wands.
I need to look at it. I have the 5 of Pentacles.
Damn it.
And the Pentacles
Oh, no.
never leave anything to chance. So that is going to
they
be
win.
a clash for me and a countered for. Oh, no. It would have been the same difference because it would have been because you had you had the hinder, so it would have been a 4 of Wands
4.
effectively.
Yep.
But
Yep.
it's either a clash or a setback that gets changed to a countered. So unfortunately, you get to pick nothing this turn. I get to pick 2 things for my success. My blind success. This deck does better when I'm not piloting it. I just pick random.
Yes.
Let's see here. Pentacles. I am going to keep the hinder train running. I think with the catacombs is sort of responding like these are capable dreamers. This is not okay. And so the caverns are shifting a lot more now. That is this 5 of Pentacles. They are changing their shape to be more responsive, more frustrating. So I am going to hinder Magnus this time. Magnus, you now have a -1 on your next reveal card. And then my second one, I'm just going to press. I'm going to deal a stress to you, Cade.
Then I will discard this card to flinch.
Yep. Perfect. And then you get to draw back up your
and
cards.
Draw 2 cards.
Yep. No, you didn't get to pick anything because it countered. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
That wasn't me rubbing it in. That was me remembering and forgetting and remembering.
She's gonna give you such hell in the next TDT, Matt.
Yep. She's gunning for me.
I am not. TDT is a sacred ground, but when I'm DMing in a few weeks, that's a different story.
That's fair. I expect I will make a backup character.
Nah, no backup character. I'm just going to break your heart.
Oh, okay. Well, you forgot that that's my one streak of masochism. Or which one is it that you like the pain? I forget. I don't know. We play D&D. We all have
You
that.
were right.
Yay! Who would you like to go next? Who's up next?
I'm going to pick Conlon.
Magnus.
Magnus. Get him.
Get him.
Get him, buddy.
Oh, that's all right.
What?
What were we gonna say, Haley?
I have an octogenarian point.
You have an 80-year-old point?
Yeah.
I know, Naragen. It would not have helped in this instance, but good to keep in mind. I'm pretty sure it would not have
but
helped.
couldn't I have cancelled one of your successes?
Spending Onarigen. So the ways that you can spend Onarigen might be a good time to go through that. You can increase the amount you help, hinder, bolster, or weaken. By the way, make sure that you're looking for guides in this case. I think one might be coming up. When you take stress from a spike, you can use you can spend it on Onarigen to absorb it. Let's see here. Sorry, not from a spike. You just take stress. Don't mind me editing the playtest, and then Onarigen can also help you wake up. If you would wake up, they can bring you back into the dream. So it's basically just increasing certain numbers or helping you absorb stress.
Cool.
All right, Conlon. The world. And you have the 6 of swords. This is the Major Arcana card in the Catacombs. All is one is all, and all is lost. As you are pressing forward, dreams reach up out of the catacombs, begging, pulling, and grasping. This card has no suit, so it cannot be countered. Its value is treated as being 7. If the opposed card does not score a success or a triumph, which you have a 6, so, however, okay, this won't help in this instance, but this does look like a judgmental eye for those that may or may not have this as their guide. So, Mel, what that lets you do is you can weaken my value by 1, so it would be a 6 instead.
Hell yes.
Excellent. So this will be we'll each score a clash because we're technically tied on value. The suits don't do anything necessarily. First, we need to resolve what the world card does. If the card's owner, you, does not score a success or a triumph, and they are already separated from the group. So if you had rejoined Magnus, you would now be separated out. You would be lost again in the catacombs. It would re-split you up. You're already split up, so now you must burn or blind burn as isolation is taking its hold. That happens before we do any picks.
I'll burn.
Okay.
I will burn the 3 of Swords.
Nice. The 3 of Swords is lost to you as the maze plunges you. You feel like you are being dragged through the bottom of this cavern and spat out somewhere else, completely losing your track. You are feeling more alone. Whoop. What was that?
Sorry, I thought I heard a break and then it wasn't a break and then I felt really bad about it. I
No, it's
said,
okay.
should I have told you what card I burned?
Oh, you can if you'd like to. Yeah.
It was the Ace of Pentacles.
Oh, so you are out of Pentacles now, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because I think you burned the 2 of Pentacles before on because of the nasty spike. Amazing.
Wait, is it a burn to get to blink? I mean to flinch, or was it
Oh,
just
sorry. Discard. Just a discard. You didn't burn anything.
Okay, never
It just
mind.
goes to your
Never mind,
past.
never mind. Yeah, cool,
Just goes to your
perfect.
past.
Ignore me then.
Okay, now we both get to pick 2 after that burn. So we're back into normal interpretation mode.
I will glare again.
Ooh, sorry. I just remembered.
Again? No.
No,
Yep.
you're hindered. So
Oh,
you were actually a 5 to my
Yes.
6. So you get to pick 1, I get to pick 2.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, all good. Yeah, I will. I'll just press. That's easy. I'll
Yeah.
just do that.
And press is great because you're turning a 1 into a 3. I've got to go burn a card from my past to absorb this nicely. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna roleplay this. I feel like a blind burn is worthy because this thing is acting on instinct. It has no awareness. It's just flailing, and so it's just doing whatever it thinks it needs to do. So for roleplay purposes, I'm gonna blind burn. I've learned the Ace of Cups. Did Haley say balls?
No, when you said burned, you said blurned, and so I just
blurned.
went blurned.
Yep, we're
but I
playing
was
Blurn's
muted,
ball.
so- yeah, my bad.
So I've dealt with the stress that way. I'm going to press, and then I'm just going to keep this hinder train rolling. I'm going to hinder Ezra. Because it's so far
okay.
working out for me.
I will discard the 2 of Pentacles.
Okay. Lovely, lovely. And who goes next?
We'll go to Ezra. That's
That's fair.
fine. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that's not
Sorry,
good.
Catelyn.
I love,
Okay.
by the way, we're down to only 3 more cards in my future, just in terms of like when I'm going to have to reshuffle and blind burn. So this duels could take a while if you're not scoring big. You are punishing me. I am not well off. I've burned 2 cards. I didn't have that many to start with, and I've got no awareness. So
Hooray!
Just a trio of dreamers.
you ready?
Yep, ready.
All right. I have the 3 of Pentacles.
I have the 3 of Cups.
Ooh! So I think, if I'm remembering correctly, they clap.
We don't have money here on Tales of Initiative for like sound effects or anything, so you get the nice visual of Haley doing.
That was beautiful. Yes, cups and pentacles do not counter each other, so we are just in a battle of wills. We're gonna clash again. Me and Mel. Actually,
Yay!
no, we're not, because you're at a 2
Oh.
because of the hinder.
Fuck you!
I'll show the art once more. The blue is
Okay,
fading into
fine.
existence. Just in case there's any guides, remember that everyone should be looking for their guides. A judgmental eye for Ezra, a entangled power for Magnus, and blinding darkness for Kate.
There's
I'm gonna make
multiples-
I'm gonna make the argument for entangled power there of
On this
someone
one?
in like the cage kind of thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. She
Yeah.
looks powerful.
I absolutely
claim
buy
it.
that.
Yeah.
I buy that 1,000%. Yes. So your guide is here. How would you like to invoke this guide? Because
I can bump up I can remove the hinder. Is that?
you would weaken my card, so it would be a clash again.
Okay.
Or you could show up. Magnus can arrive.
Yeah. Let's do that. That'll work. I'll show up.
That way you'll be able to help each other on futures if you wanted to be able to do
Okay.
that.
Cute.
Okay. Excellent. So Magnus and Ezra, as you are continuing through this labyrinth, Magnus just comes barreling down through the ceiling like, oh, here I am. Amazing.
Alrighty.
Okay, so mine's a 3, yours is a 2. I score a success, you score a setback. You get to pick 1, I get to pick 2. But you do get to pick your setback. But cups. It's not going to be useful for the setback. Oh, no, it is. Setback's extremely useful for cups. You should read what Anticipate does.
Yeah. Choose an ally on their next turn. They can perform the select and reveal steps after their opponent has. So I'm doing that for Magnus. 'cause
Amazing.
He's right there.
Which, by the way, part of the balance of this game is that because typically foe decks are going to be better than yours, setbacks are actually pretty beefy. You could do really cool stuff with the suit effects that are based on setbacks. So like wands, now this is when rewind the clock a while ago to one confusion moment from Haley where it was like, wait, don't we select and reveal at the same time? Yes, unless we do this thing, which is the cups now get to, basically Ezra is sitting there sort of calculating, analyzing the maze, being aware of what's happening to predict it and kind of shout out help to Magnus to better inform Magnus's next decision. Excellent. So that is your 1 pick. My 2 picks is going to be I'm gonna misdirect you, Ezra. I'm gonna reduce your awareness by 1, and then I'm gonna deal 1 stress to you.
No. Okay. Stress. I am going to. We put one of the cards in the discard, right? Not
Yes.
burn.
Flinch.
Okay.
Yep. Flinch from
I
present to
am
discard.
going to-
From present to past.
Okay. How to. Okay, I am going to put the Ace of Cups into my past.
Okay.
And then I'm going to draw a card. Better.
Excellent.
Okay. And
Oh,
I
do you get
have
to draw a
one
card?
left in my
'Cause you have-
future.
Oh, because you discarded, so you get to drew. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
1 left in your future and 2 in your present, right?
There's 1 left in my future, 2 in my present. Yes.
Dope. Perfect. All right. Who goes next? And this is an instance where it's interesting. You don't have to kick it over to Magnus right away. If you wanted to
Okay.
boost Magnus up, if you want to do any, like, things can go out of order and that buff doesn't go anywhere.
Okay. I was just gonna ask if it was like a time sensitive thing.
Nope. Just on the
Um.
next time that Magnus goes, he gets to select and reveal after I've selected and revealed.
Okay. I'm actually gonna go with Magnus again, just so that Cade has the better chance of like heavy duty hitting, because I think we spent a lot of Cade's good stuff. So I think it's gonna be Magnus next.
Cool. Magnus, you get to see what this card is. We both get to. It is the 2 of Pentacles because of the Anticipate.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
What
I'm
what do you,
ready.
what do you have? Show me what you got.
Get a 4 of swords.
Ooh, okay. Excellent. So this is gonna be big. Because you score a triumph, you are double my value or more.
Mm.
And swords, swords counter pentacles, for truth always slays a lie. So at this point, you're just like, this maze is bullshit. I'm just charging ahead. And now I have a friend to help me. We're good. Well, let's get out of here. So yeah, describe, add any narrative that you would like on top of that. But also, what are your, you get to pick 3 options because that's a triumph, and I get to pick Jack.
We'll do. Man, what was you have? I'll do a.
I have a 2.
Devastate.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that'll deal 2 stress to me.
1. I'll do. Oppress,
3 stress.
and I will hinder.
Ooh, so -1 on me. Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to? So remember, there's I can't blink. I only have to burn. So the difference between 3 and 1 stress is pretty moot. If you wanted to
that's
put
fair.
that
Yeah,
press
yeah.
somewhere else,
It's true.
because you could now help Ezra.
Yeah. I'll help Ezra. That'll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yay.
So a help to Ezra, that's going to give you +1, and it protects you from any hindering I might do. You're going
Hooray.
to deal 2 stress to me. And what was the last one that you picked? Was a hinder. You're going to
Devastate.
hinder me.
Oh yeah. Hinder. Yes. Sorry. Yes. Devastate, help, and hinder.
Yep. So I am hindered, and I had to deal with 2 stress, so I'm going to burn. I will go ahead and burn. I'm gonna burn this 3 of swords from my past, and then my 2 of pentacles goes to my past. Well done. Whatever this next card
So-
is gonna be weakened by 1. Yep.
Question.
Yeah.
I discard this card that I just played.
Yes.
I have 2 cards left and
Yes.
nothing to draw back up to.
Right. So no
So
future to draw from.
So no future. Yeah.
So now you would go to draw from your future. You can't shuffle your past, blind burn, and then finish whatever the interaction was going to be. So draw 1 after you
Okay.
blind burn.
Rad.
You are getting that much closer to waking up.
Not bad. 2 of Pentacles that I burned.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah. 2 is not bad. Okay. And who goes next?
We'll jump over to Haley. I can't remember your character's name.
Cade.
Cade.
Cade. I wanted to say Klein, and I was like, that's not right.
That's close. All right,
Cade
Haley.
and Klein. I need to pick a card, don't I?
Yes.
C.
What do I got here?
Ready?
Oh, whoa.
Oh. 2 of Cups.
The 6
But
of
I-
Wands.
But I also see my blinding darkness.
Ooh. Let me
Ooh.
scoot that card closer. Where's the blinding darkness? What's happening here?
It's
Just in the-
everywhere.
In the
That is-
background.
that is just like the title, so that's not actually
Yeah. Just darkness everywhere. Okay.
darkness everywhere.
I'm in. I would like to see more blinding happening,
Mm.
but it is a lot of darkness. It's occupying all of that field of vision. So
Yeah. It's
I'm
the
down for
only dark background card I have, so if
Oh,
you
that's
let me
true.
have it.
absolutely, no, that is absolutely fair. And I think this is part of the balance of guides. Is like you want them to be specific enough. It's not going to trigger on every card, but you want them to be found. You want them to happen. So you can absolutely guide that. Let me see here.
So what'd you get?
I
What was
have
yours?
the 6 of Wands.
Yeah, fuck me. The 5 of Wands. Technically.
Oh,
You are
technically, yes, the
hindered.
5 of Wands. That's right. How dare I?
Bitch.
You had the 2 of Cups, right?
Yeah, 2 of Cups.
Okay. But you do have a guide. This is an interesting instance because even if you bolster yourself, it's like, oh, what is it? What's the matter? It changes it that I don't triumph
Yeah.
because I'm no longer double yours.
Cool. then I will bolster myself.
Okay.
So then you don't triumph and you only get 2.
I only get to pick 2, and you unfortunately get to pick none. This is the second time I've countered you, and
It's okay.
it's both
It's
been
because
completely blind.
all my hard cards are gone.
Yeah.
All of them. I only have 2s and 1s,
Mhm.
and one 3 I think left.
You
That's all
also
I got.
you also have a decent amount of cups. I have a really good amount
I
of
do.
wands, so it's
Yeah.
just sometimes you're in a bad matchup.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get to pick 2. I am going to I am going to. Who did I already hinder? I feel like I hindered somebody. Did I not? I can't
You
remember.
hindered Ezra.
I think
and
we've
Yeah.
burned the hinders though. Like
We burned the
Yeah.
hinders. Yeah. Okay.
Everyone that's been hindered has been hindered.
They've already been. The hindrance has passed. Okay.
Mhm.
In that case, I am going to. This is a 5 because of the hinder on me. So what I'm gonna say is I will devastate you. I'm gonna deal 2 stress to you, and then I'm going to. Okay. I'm gonna show off what wands can do. Wands have an option called Deja Vu, which lets them choose an already chosen option. So I'm gonna choose Devastate again, and I'll do 4 stress to you. Haley's fucking so pissed at me.
What does that mean? What
So-
do I need to do?
So you need to you have cards in hand still, right? How many cards in your present?
I haven't been able to pull yet, so 1.
1. So you'd be able to flinch that away. You'd have 3 stress left. And then you could
Okay.
burn any card from your past. Because once your present is empty, you get to look at your whole past and burn from it. So you could burn the weakest card out of there. Between the flinch and the burn, that'll deal with all of that 4 stress.
So I need to get rid of 2 cards.
Just 1. So you discard to your past.
Yep.
And then you
And that got rid
burn
of
out of
1?
there. Burn just 1. Yeah.
And then what about the other 2 stress?
That's it. Because burn is 3 stress. Burn can absorb 3 stress.
Beautiful.
It's a lot of numbers flying around.
Cool. I burned. And now I draw
And now you
2
draw.
cards?
Yep, so now you can draw 2 cards. What'd you
my
burn?
last 2 cards. I burnt an ace of wands.
Oh, not a bad one to burn. It's just the ace.
Yeah,
and then-
it's just beautiful.
It is a very pretty card. That was my last card. I have no future anymore. I'm futureless. So now I'm going to shuffle and blind burn, and then we keep going. Who is next? Haley.
I am going to pick Ezra.
Sorry. I just saw the Lips of an Angel hinder joke in chat. That is
It's really good to hear your voice.
Your voice.
Say my name. It sounds
so sweet.
Flashback
Can't
to
sing-
every high school dance that I went to.
Every
A
Yep.
wild song to pick for a high school dance.
leaving room for Jesus while we sing that song.
Not in my high school, baby.
We had monitors, like people who were going around and getting like a ruler and be like, nope.
Dude, I can't imagine.
No one gave a shit at my school.
Now that I'm a parent, I can't imagine having the like, hey, would you like to come and be a cock block at the school dance? Like, I can't imagine that job, like wanting to.
It was usually the gym teachers at my school who were just
I
like,
just
yeah,
blind-
Jesus."
I just blind burned the world. So I don't have the major arcana card. The scariest card in this deck is now gone because of that shuffle.
Fuck you, Matt.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I only have 7 cards left, which sounds like a lot, but the fact that I have no awareness, like, I have nothing to burn from, so if you could do stress to me on this next turn, it will be very bad for me. Okay.
Huzzah.
Whose turn is it? Oh, sorry. Yes, Mel's. Ah.
Me.
There's no debuffs on you right now, correct?
No.
Cool. And there's no debuffs on me. This is why I use
No.
dice to track it normally, but I forgot dice in the other room. And 3, 2, 1. The 6 of
Bang!
Wands is back from
Fuck
the dead. What did you play?
I had the 4 of swords.
Oh, okay, you're not countered. And it's not a triumph for me either. It's just I score a success, you score a setback. Not that bad.
Sorry, I have to fix my fingering. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Here, I get here. The master fingerers here in this chat. Trimmed nails and everything. All right, what do you want to pick for your
Jesus
one?
Christ. Okay, what the fuck am I looking at?
So you have the
Okay.
swords. I will note that the swords setback is brace. You can reduce the stress you take this turn by half, rounded down, minimum of 1. You don't know. I will go ahead and pick mine. I'm going to. Let's see. I get 2. I will devastate, and then I will hinder Magnus.
Okay, devastate.
So I'm gonna deal 2 stress
each
to
one.
you because you had a 4, and I had a 6.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna deal 2 stress to you, and I'm gonna hinder Magnus 1. And then you can reduce that stress by half. You can only take 1 stress, or you could glare at me and deal that 2 stress right back. You fucking glaring at me? Okay. Like I said, I have no present, I have no past, I have nothing to burn, which means I am forced to blind burn. So whatever this is now gone.
And it's 2 stresses, motherfucker.
Yes, the blind burn does absorb 4, so I just had to blind burn once, but you've made me double pay for that stress. So the 2 of Pentacles now gone.
Okay.
All right, my 6 of Wands goes to my past. Who is
Okay,
going next?
and- Then there's still the stress towards me, yes?
Yes, you have to deal with 2 stress.
Okay. I will... So, I have 2. I don't have
Mhm.
my future, so if I discard these, I have to reshuffle the whole deck.
You'll be reshuffling the whole deck, yeah.
Okay, got it. I'll do that then. So.
Cool. Which is almost like no loss, because unless you burn those
Yeah.
cards away that you really wanted, like...
I've only burned 1 card throughout
Oh,
the
nice.
whole thing.
So you've got a pretty... Poor baby, Jesus Christ. So I do recall there was one person that was able to mitigate the spike, and that was pretty damaging. Okay, who's going next?
It'll be... I kind of want to give Haley a chance at revenge, so I think
Yeah.
Haley's gonna go next.
Go for it. Heck yes. Bring it on, Cade.
Hooray! Ready?
I'm ready.
3 of Cups.
4 swords.
I counter you.
You do. Yes.
Yay!
You do. Amazing.
There we go.
Can I? Wait. What do I get? I get.
You-
what
you
does
get-
that mean?
You get a setback.
Help me.
You still only pick 1. You just
Okay.
pick 1 thing, but I pick nothing. I'm just sitting here wounded.
Okay. I am going to hinder you.
Okay. Only hinder. You don't want to deal stress to me. You only get to pick 1.
I know.
Okay.
But I don't think I can. 1 stress is not enough to hurt you. I don't think, is it?
1 stress, I have to burn. I have nothing to flinch. I have nothing to blink with. This is the thing: is once you've weakened an opponent, 1 stress becomes 3 stress minimum.
Yeah, but everyone else can hurt you lots, and I can hinder you too.
Ooh, how you doing that? Oh,
By
because of
using
your
my
Onarigen?
point.
Oh, oh, now you're gamifying, and I like it.
Yeah. So
Very
I'm
cool.
going to do that.
Cool. Excellent.
And
What
then
does what does this look
think-
like? How is Cade maneuvering through the catacombs and like weakening it?
What she's done is within her clay self, the reason she doesn't carry anything is because she can create anything within this dream world, as long as it is within the right circumstances at the moment. And as she gets confused and lost within these things, she actually creates 3 ravens to be her eyes and ears throughout the a bit of Edie.
Ooh.
A bit of Edie, but also
Edie
to match
reference.
the cards.
Yes.
It matches the card as well that I pulled, so it was perfect. And she's going to, she uses them to disorientate the catacombs themselves as they try and focus on who's who.
And also kind of scouting it out. Like, it can't befuddle you if you know where things are. That's amazing. I love the Onarigen spend, and I love that you also called to the card art, so you're going to get that Onarigen right back. You're back up to 1 Onarigen.
Yes.
Yay!
So I am hindered twice. I am
Yeah.
-2.
-2 now. And I think I'm going to send it back to Ezra
Excellent.
they've just shuffled,
Yes.
haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've got a full deck of future cards now that could offer some high ones. That's my thinking, and
Sure.
with a -2. Anyway, Ezra.
I love how the music stopped.
I know.
there.
Yeah,
That was
right.
dramatic
For my-
pause.
Oh God.
Ezra, whatever I'm holding, it's 2 less.
I
What
don't
you
think
wanna
that
do?
helps me, Matt.
You never know.
Eh.
What do I got here? Ooh, I have the 5 of Pentacles,
Yeah, you motherfucker.
Which
I
is-
have the 1 of Swords.
which is acting as a 3. No, this is great.
Okay.
It's acting as a 3. I get countered as well. Swords counter Pentacles. So you're gonna get to pick one, I pick nothing.
Okay. That wasn't bad. Fuck.
This is why I had the look of fear on my face when you said, Ezra, take it back. It's like, no.
No, no.
Uh,
I'm not metagaming. This entire
Okay,
game is metagaming.
I mean, honestly, one of the goals of this game is that by making as much as possible diegetic, where it's like, it's past, present, future. It's not hand, discard, deck. It's like all of these things are meant to have high coupling between mechanics and narrative, to where like you picking a card is kind of the same thought process your character picking an action to do. It's meant to be where it's almost, there is no metagaming. You card counting is just knowing what you and your opponent are capable of at any moment in time. There is no metagaming in this game. It is entirely meant to be playing these mechanics and telling a story with them, interpreting the cards to say what happens.
I think I am going to do a press. So you're going to have to burn a card.
Yes. I'm gonna take the 1 stress because I have nothing to flinch. I have no awareness to give. I will go ahead and burn the 4 of Swords that was in my past.
Okay. Nice job for me.
Alrighty.
Whoop, and then draw 1. Okay.
And who do you want to go next?
I forgot to draw one before at the end of
Oh,
my turn, and
you
I don't
absolutely
have
can.
cards to shuffle, so I'm shuffling and then blind and pulling.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
Okay.
all right. Okay, 2 of Wands.
Not bad.
Beautiful card though.
It is a beautiful. It's all
Oh,
rainbowy.
Yeah.
I just realized I don't think I burned a card. Hang on.
Whoopsies. How dare
When I
you?
shuff-
Just blind burn
I'm
right
sorry.
now. It's okay. This is the nice thing about random, is it's always random. Something bad just
Okay.
happened in Haley's hand.
So I just drew, and it's the Ace of Wands. So that one's going.
Also, not a bad thing to burn. Y'all are burning some low cards. It's very, very different in the beginning of this game when Haley. I think
It's
Colin
because
also
that's
got
all
hit with
that's
that.
left.
That's fair. Yeah,
Matthew.
yeah, that's
That's all
fair.
that's left.
That's all we have.
I should have
Um,
gone up to 8 in one
I
of
have
them.
very, very strategically reduced my hand to basically only swords.
Yeah,
That's all I have left.
amazing. Ezra, who is going next?
Cade just went, so let's go to Magnus.
I think you just went. That's why I'm asking you.
I meant before me.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'm sorry.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. Magnus, it's been the longest since Magnus's last turn.
Thank you.
Magnus. We are going to see what you do on your turn next week. We have already gone to time.
Damn it!
We have Magnus and Ezra lost in the catacombs. Not quite lost, barreling through the catacombs, Minotaur style, as Magnus and Ezra barreling through, as Cade has now sent a flock of ravens out in order to discern the pathways forward, perhaps to find the other 2 dreamers and make their way out of this cursed, sad realm. Thank you so much to my players for playing and diving in to this hopefully very fun but very, very different game than what we usually do. And thank you to you, the audience, for tuning in and just Everyone was chatting the whole way. It was super fun watching y'all. We got 2 raids. We're gonna raid back. Stick around for a raid. And anything else we should say before we let this dream put on pause? The dream is not ending just yet.
Check out our Discord.
Yes.
Come check out the game, hang out, all that good stuff.
If you want to know more
And our
about
Patreon.
if you want to know more about this game, specifically the Beckoning Dream, go click on that Discord invite in chat. That'll take you to me and Conlan's Discord, where we've got a bunch of stuff that is in the playtest stage. You can join in, meet fellow players, and talk about the games. We're going to be arranging playtests hopefully in the near future.
And some big fun announcement-y stuff.
Yes.
Actually coming in the near future.
Very, yeah.
Matt and I. We're
I'm
running away together.
Yes, we're eloping.
Okay, so
I'm
this
so
commune.
excited.
Well, yeah, but this means we're left out of the commune. It's
No,
just these 2
we're
chuckle
setting up
fucks that are
we're
doing
setting
it.
up the
No,
base
no.
camp. We're getting it ready for you.
That is the
Yeah.
opposite of what you would call being left out. It means
Being let in. Anytime, Matt.
save Haley.
It's a shame we only have
Yella.
one door to give. And with that,
Lack of creativity.
I said one door. There are windows.
Chorus will remember this.
Chorus will remember this. Chorus is great at entering those windows. The windows maybe aren't ready for it, but he's great at getting in there.
Bye.
Are you ready for more tales?
I don't know anymore.
Always.
Stick around for a raid.